What's up, guys? It's Cooper Webb, and you're listening to the MotoXpod.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Aaron Plessinger, and you guys are listening to the MotoXpod.
Save me from myself. My arms and legs are bound like an aging corpse from another world. I'll scream the truth 6 feet underground. Feel alive inside yourself. Watch your enemies dispel. If I can find a way to avoid this fate, I'll be restored.
Welcome back to the MotoXpod, presented by Race Tech and Yamaha Motor USA. It is Motocross of Nations week. Very, very excited about this weekend. Ironman. It's going to be a lot of fun flying out early Friday morning. So there'll be lots to talk about next weekend as well, but plenty of stuff to talk about tonight, including getting into it with our guests, Red Bull KTM's Aaron Plessinger and Gizmo Mod, Rock River Yamaha's Grant Harlan going to be on the phone tonight. We'll probably get into the SMX finals since we haven't had a show since then. I'm sure there'll be some discussion of, aggressive race or tactical racing. We'll talk about Jet and Hunter Lawrence a little bit, maybe. Again, MXDN. I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about tonight? Well, I guess I should introduce you guys first. Huh?
Who are you talking to?
Talking to you, Scotty, as always, in studio. What's up, man?
Not much, man. Just glad to be here. We had a week off last week, so back at it. And to Nations, I'm excited for it. Should be a good race. I'm looking forward to it.
Also in studio, Chase Moore. What's up, dude?
What's going on, man? Glad to be back.
Yep.
Motocross of Nations.
TJ, once again, just doesn't care about us.
Yeah. Never does.
Went to work instead. But then I guess that could be said for me last week. The only reason we didn't do a show is because I went to a concert with my daughters.
Well, what concert did you go to?
We went and saw A Day to Remember, Yellow Card, and State Champs.
Isn't Day to Remember one of DB's?
That's one of his favorite bands. It's that's Michael Lindsay's favorite band.
Oh, well.
Was it A Day to Remember?
Yeah, honestly, I was going to say this, like we have plenty to get into before AP comes in, but it was one of the best shows I've ever seen. A Day to Remember was.
Yeah.
I've seen State Champs before. They're a good band. They're a really good band. And Evan Ambrosio, the drummer, is a moto fan. He's friends with Kiefer. He's become friends with me.
Yeah, so the MotoXpod.
Yeah, he wore the MotoXpod shirt on stage.
Oh, no shit?
Yeah, it was badass. He came out and maybe 20 minutes before their set, they were the opening band.
Mm-hmm.
He came out to where we were sitting, said hi, met Hattie and Marley were with me and Marley's boyfriend. And after the show, he came back out, gave him his sticks so that he used during the show.
Oh, wow.
But it was awesome. But A Day
That's
to
cool
Remember,
that he wore the shirt.
A Day to Remember is a little more my style because they're a little heavier, where Yellow Card and State Champs are kind of pop punk.
I like pop punk too, but I don't know that I want to go to a pop punk show.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
State Champs puts on a good show. And Yellow Card actually, man, we're supposed to be doing moto stuff. Let's just do it. We're here.
They'll be all right.
So Yellow Card, their tour is called like Days Gone By or something like that. And so as soon as the lights start coming up, this dude rides out on a BMX bike with the number 33. He's got the pink rad suit.
I'm in then.
What's the guy's? Crew Jones, right? He's dressed as Crew Jones. And then, like, after the first song, there's audio going on from the Goonies and then from E.T., and they're doing all these things 80s related.
Oh, yeah, I'd be in.
Throughout the whole show.
I'm in on that then.
So after the Crew Jones thing, the guitar player comes out and he starts playing the intro to Top Gun. Not
Danger Zone.
Not Danger Zone, but that little guitar solo that's playing when they're on the flight deck.
Yeah.
He's playing that. So it's all this cool stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really a neat show, but A Day to Remember crushed. Like Marley headbang the whole night, and it was so
awesome.
cool to see, and Hattie's a little more reserved. She was loving it, but it's just cool they had a blast. Which means I had a blast.
Yeah,
see
for sure.
my girls.
Did you get the tickets for free?
Yeah, Evan hooked us up.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
There you go.
He got us, like friends and family or whatever.
Cool side.
Yeah. Okay, so 10 minutes before AP comes on, I feel like we're going to save the Deegan stuff. We don't really have time for all that. Actually, I need to do some reads first, right? Yamaha Motor USA.
Yeah, get to reading.
We don't just build motorcycles, we engineer legends. From championship podiums to off-road trails, the YZ platform has defined dirt bike excellence for generations. Whether it's the raw two-stroke power of the YZ250, the precision of the YZ250F, or the dominance of the YZ450F, every YZ is built for riders who push harder, ride faster, and demand the best. So unleash victory ride Yamaha. YamahaMotorsports.com to see all they have to offer. Also, Racetech is another one of our presenting sponsors. We've been kind of pushing their suspension classes, seminars coming up, racetech.com. If you want to become a suspension technician, like Brandon shared, the 2025 250 Super Motocross Championship winning suspension tuner for Joe Shimoda. He's also, you may remember that name, Brandon Scherer, former Supercross rider, motocross rider. He and many other top techs in the industry got their start at Racetech. You can do the same by attending their Technical Edge seminars, suspension seminars. Learn the why behind the what, become a better suspension tuner, and even learn the secrets of building a successful suspension business. Racetech.com. Find your local service center. Get signed up for those classes. We appreciate Yamaha Motor USA and Racetech. Okay, so let's do a little Motocross of Nations discussion. First of all, there's a really great article that went up on Vital by our friend Lewis Phillips called Motocross Statistics. So I want to hit you with just a little statistics.
Okay.
All right, are you making fun? Because we can go there.
No, I'm good.
All right,
Yeah, let's go, dude. I'm ready. I stay ready.
So this article is just full of awesome statistics from Motocross of Nations to get you prepped, right? Such as France has been in the top 5 since 2012. It's a pretty good run of top 5s.
That is good.
That is awesome. Which I knew they're always right there, but that's a long time. What is that? 13 years?
12. This will be the
2012.
13th
So
if they do it.
Huh?
Well,
2012 to 2000. Oh, that's
24.
more than that. Yeah, 23 years.
No.
2012.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I can't do math.
12,
Yeah,
13, 14,
years.
15, 16,
Yeah,
17,
yeah,
18,
yeah.
19, 20, 21,
Anyway.
22, 23, 24. Well, it is 13.
Yeah, 13 years.
It'll be 14 this year.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, okay, how about this one? How many individual moto wins do you think Team USA has had in the last 10 years?
10 years?
Last 10 years.
Ooh.
Individual moto wins.
10 years, I'm going to say it's lower than you think it is.
7.
Moto wins in the last 10 years. So from 2015 on,
That'd be 10 years. Well, that'd be.
I'm going to
let's say
say
14.
4.
Okay. Well, you'll have to go to Vital MX and read the article to find out. I'm not telling you.
Okay.
No, okay.
I'll do it right
2.
now.
Dude,
2?
I knew it was low.
Yeah. Justin Cooper
crazy.
in 2022 and Justin Barsha in 15.
I would never have guessed that it was.
Yeah.
That was those two? Yeah.
Yeah.
Me
Wild,
either.
right? That's why Lewis is so damn good at what he does.
Yeah.
And like I was reading through this, I was like, wow.
Yeah, I love that the sport's kind of gotten
So the
more
year
into
that they won at Redbud Tomac, I guess I didn't know. It was like he went like 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you're
'Cause I
right.
think
But like, because if you go like last 20 years when you have those runs of Dungey and Poto and Stewart and Carmichael and all
there's
them,
a bunch.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot.
But when you think 10 years, though, like
Yeah.
you would probably think we've gotten more than I would have thought.
No,
we had
'cause
more.
I said 7.
I mean, we did have some bad years.
I feel like from like 2017 to like 21 was kind of like the lost years for
Yeah.
US. Like we didn't really do very good for a while. We
Well,
sent a lot of like B and C teams.
Anderson didn't win a moto
See, I thought he did.
when he got ran.
When he got hurt, right?
Yeah.
So, well, maybe.
Don't argue with Lewis's
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with Lewis.
I mean, I believe him,
I kind
but
of thought he did. I was literally
maybe
going
he
through this
didn't win
article
that moto. I
right
don't know.
before we did the show, so I didn't go double check his results, but it's still pretty.
I
damn,
could be wrong.
Yeah,
but
the
I
story.
watched that clip today. Actually,
There's a lot of stuff within his article that's really impressive to get into. So yeah, go check that out. Also, so let's do. Okay, since we're talking about Motocross Nations, I do want to do the Deegan stuff from SMX and all that, and Joe Shimoda. But Hayden, after all that stuff, breaks his collarbone. Maybe he's in, maybe he's not. Right? We got the announcement officially yesterday. He's out. Justin Cooper is sort of on hold as the backup. How do you guys feel about that? Because I think in that moment after Vegas, they should just no, man. Sorry, like Jay Coop's in. And I'll get into more of that when we get to the SMX stuff later. But how do you feel about Justin Cooper being the backup and not finding out for sure until yesterday, like less than a week?
I mean, yes, it's not ideal, but at the same time, like it's really hard to.
Let me interrupt you.
Okay.
I screwed up on the Lewis Phillips It was individual overall. Not
Oh.
moto.
Okay.
I read it
Oh,
like
yeah,
in my
okay.
mind.
I was thinking moto wins. I was like, yeah, that's why I said
he's
4.
laughing at me. I'm the idiot. So
Yeah.
Thanks, Lewis.
Well, I mean, we
I knew I
Lewis,
wasn't wrong.
Lewis is a genius. I'm an idiot. I read it and I stored it in my brain, but a little bit of it leaked out.
Now I want to know what the individual moto wins is.
Yeah.
And see if I was actually right.
For all that information, go to Vital MX and check out the story. There's a couple of really great stories up there that Lewis has posted.
Yeah, Lewis
All
is.
right,
Lewis is
I'm sorry. Back to what you were doing.
I was listening to the LVK and the.
Oh my God, how good was the baseball?
Yeah, that
logo? I was dying.
Lewis,
He's like, this is a stupid sport.
Stay-
Summer states, summer
Dude, some
cities.
of it, he was
some
like,
cities have 2 teams.
he was like Texas Roadhouse. Yeah. Like, bro, Lewis, just stay. Yeah, you're great at motocross, bud. Just stay there.
That was good.
But anyways,
we're really promoting Vital Mix right now and Pulp Mix. Everything but us.
Yeah, maybe we need to do something out of the box because whatever we're doing, Anyways,
All right, back to Deegan.
yeah. So on the surface, yes, it looks kind of messed up to Justin Cooper, but I don't think we can really cast any judgment until we understand really where Deegan was truly at. Did he legitimately think that he could do it by this weekend? If so, I think it's all fine. If he deep down knew and was just trying to create fanfare and buzz about him actually coming up and creating what he's kind of known for, creating a lot of, I guess, for lack of a better word, drama, then I'm not really okay with it. But if he legit thought that he was going to gut it out and do it, and then it just final hour didn't happen, I'm okay with it. If it's the other way where he knew no matter really what that it wasn't going to happen and he just tried to put it out there for fanfare, then I'm not really on board with that. Okay. But we'll never know the truth. No. So,
I mean, how he handled the whole Vegas situation kind of negates any claim I feel like he had to doing it. I mean, you know he's injured. You're not going to get him at 100% no matter what. There's going to be some pain. You're going to lose something.
Sure.
Justin Cooper's always
for sure.
Exactly. Justin Cooper's always had his hand up to do it, even when it's overseas. I'm glad that he's getting to do it. I'm surprised he still held in there with the backup spot because it would have kind of pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because it seemed that if anything happened, they were kind of already they had been talked to prior. You know what I mean? So I don't know. After everything that went on, and then he breaks his collarbone, I feel like you just give it to him and don't even let anybody make that decision. You make that decision, and then nobody's even talking about it.
I thought that the idea that they were going to have a shootout was kind of I thought that was dumb.
I didn't even know about that, but
I think it was just to see.
Yeah, see where he's at. But I mean,
where he.
I don't know.
Ranked
if
up
he's good, he's good. If he's not, he's not.
Well, that's what ended up happening. It sounds like I wasn't really on board once everything went down in Vegas. I was like, no, we're limited on time. We'll get a little bit more into the situation from Vegas, but I wasn't stoked on it. And I thought, that's it, man. Sorry, Jay Coop's in.
Yep.
That was kind of my thoughts on it. And just so everybody knows, I reached out to Hayden. I actually reached out to Kenny. I reached out to Justin Cooper. I reached out to RJ. Didn't get a lot of responses for doing the show this week. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, busy.
So, I was trying to get, I wanted to get like a MXDN team, USA almost, minus Eli, because we just had Eli on. But I was trying. It just didn't work out. And so.
Paul P?
What?
Paul P?
Oh, yeah, I didn't even reach out to Paul. Paul's not really part of it.
Oh, is he not this year? Okay.
No.
Going back to what we were talking about a little bit, though, the real question is did Deegan, what was I going to say?
I don't know.
It was
MotoXpod.com. Like and subscribe on the YouTube channel, please.
I had it, and then we
before.
changed subjects, and then I said we didn't have at least we didn't have a guest on.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Well, I'm working on getting that. So, I just wasn't a big fan of that situation. So,
I remember what it was. Do you think Chase mentioned this before the show? Do you think he did that to build some of the fan base back? I don't hear anything. Do you think he did that to build any of the fan base back from the incident in Vegas? Like he was just doing it to try to get some good rapport? Or do you?
I mean, I feel like
that's the question.
I feel like he probably wanted to do it prior, but I feel like all that happening, and then I feel like that made him want to do it even more.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
kind of try to.
I just
save
want to know
face
if it's. It keeps coming down to the same thing. I just want to know if it was like a publicity stunt or if he was actually going to try to go.
I think he was actually going to try to go.
The fact that he didn't show up to the shootout or whatever it was kind of shows that it was.
He showed up to the track Tuesday.
Yeah, he rode.
He didn't show up Monday.
He rode and.
Oh, okay. So then they could ride. So he actually did ride in front of Team USA.
I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. Well, a couple people know the details of that, but.
I'd heard that he rode fine, but like when he actually tried to push, he didn't really have the strength, and there was some pain there. That's what I heard.
I didn't hear that part of it.
I definitely don't want to see him make it worse.
Just AP didn't answer, so we'll kind of keep going on this MXD and stuff. We're going to do our FXR picks at the end of the show for Disnations. I think probably a lot of people are pretty universal on who they think's first and second, but I think third we'll bring in a little bit of debate. So while we're waiting on AP. Let's go back to, another member that should have been on Team USA, Chase Sexton.
Yeah.
Dude, that was nasty. Mm-hmm. The fact that he walked away from that with just a concussion's pretty impressive we know how tough the dude is, but geez, that was scary.
SMX is not his bag.
No.
Dude, no.
He just gets thwarted at every single freaking one of them.
3 years in a row.
3 years in a row. He's just a shoulder injury too, almost every time.
So we're going to get our top 5 tonight is going to be positives and negatives of SMX. So this length of season, all that stuff, I think that has anything to do. I mean, it gives more opportunity for more injuries, but obviously.
You see how many people made it through the full season. It's a dangerous sport. People wreck. When you go down, things happen sometimes. With this many races and this long of a season, you can only skirt that disaster
so many times.
Yeah.
I don't know. I tend to want to disagree on one point that if you throw in, it doesn't matter if it's 5 rounds into the season or the first round, you throw $1 million on the line for Anaheim, people are going to ride a little bit out of their comfort zone and try to, and then they might get hurt more because there's $1 million on the line. I mean,
okay.
I think the fact that there's a purse to it changes
money.
I mean, they might be a little ragtag getting into it, but I mean, Chase healed up specifically to go into SMX so that he could win some money.
Did you guys MotoXpod.com?
Yes.
We love our show.
Yes.
Did you listen to the Pulp live show from Vegas?
Yeah, yes, I did.
So
I don't remember us getting a shout out in it.
No, but Lewis going, the KTM is a death trap. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Was that a direct quote?
Yes,
it was.
I don't think I listened.
Is that why Lewis didn't want it to be posted?
I think so. But they all said stuff that was like, oh, wow.
I need to listen to that.
I don't know. Weege was a class act.
Yeah, but the KTM finally bit him, I guess, which is so weird. You know what? We have a KTM rider that's ready. Let me call him back.
Because of all of this.
Love that freaking bike. Like, I know I'm not him. It's different suspension, but
different
that bike is
bikes,
so
dude.
good. Well, okay. So our first guest of the night's on the line. He's going to be brought to you tonight by Racetech. Racetech.com. Get your suspension serviced, tuned. Racetech Gold Valves provide a plush feel with drastically improved bottoming resistance and increased traction. All Racetech products are 100% guaranteed and made in the USA. Again, go to Racetech.com to check out their suspension seminars coming up. Tonight, Racetech brings us from the Red Bull KTM factory racing team, our buddy Aaron Plessinger. What's up, AP?
Hey, not too much, man. Just living the dad life. Sorry, I was letting the dogs out.
You're all good, man. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
Who let them out? Who let the dogs out?
I think the world is still trying to figure that question.
Yeah. So we were kind of discussing. We didn't do a show last week, so we're just now discussing Vegas and all the drama of that weekend. And we were talking about Chase because we were also talking about MXDN coming up and the fact that your now former teammate got hurt pretty bad that night and things he said about the issues he's had with the suspension. And look, I know your bike is very different than the stock KTM 350 that I ride, but man, I just like the fact that's for me, the stock version is probably the most, I don't know what the word is I'm looking at, like predictable bike I've ever rode. And then you have Tom Vial and Chase saying that like they're not, that it's not predictable, I guess. It's wild that it's so different, that I know the suspension's different. It's really a completely different bike, but
man, those KTMs are so damn good.
Yeah. I mean, it is wild. And like, we've had some, issues with some of the suspension fading and whatever,
Yeah.
but I mean, from stock to what we ride is, I mean, it's pretty different suspension wise. But I don't know. I feel like my bike's pretty good. I mean, when the last time I rode it was, yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. And obviously a 250 is so much different than a 450. I never rode the KTM 250, so I can't say much on that. But I'm
riding the 350, buddy. That's the bike of champions right there.
Yeah, I've actually never. Well, actually, I did ride a KTM 350. It had to have been 2012, I think, before they were fuel injected.
Yeah. Don't even just throw that away. That memory away. The new one. The new one is, when you retire, that's going to be your bike.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty strong on the two strokes, dude.
Okay. All right. What do you have, Chase?
Have you ridden the stock 450 at all?
I have not.
Okay.
No, the only other KTM like I've ridden, obviously other than the 350 2012 whatever, was the 2021, I think, before they went to this new frame.
Mm-hmm.
I rode my intro day on KTM was I rode half the day on the old bike and then half the day on the new bike. So that's really the only other KTM I've ridden.
Gotcha. All right, well, let's talk about your 25 season. It's been a little bit since we've had you on, certainly before the health issues came up, but minus the health issues, you were riding really well. I do feel like the last 2 years have been steps up. A little bit of progression in 24, a little more in 25. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. And like, 22 is kind of a stretch because I got hurt, but 23 and 24, I feel like those were kind of, little stagnant. And then obviously in 24, I won the San Diego Supercross. And then, but yeah, other than that, it was just kind of like, I was kind of stuck in that like 3 through 8 almost.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of me being there, like always up there, but never like really challenging the guys for a win. And I feel like that changed this year. Obviously, like the beginning of Supercross was whatever, and then me getting sick is whatever. But I feel like when I was on, I was really on, and for that short amount of time, my confidence grew. My riding ability, I think, grew. Just the way I maneuvered the bike was a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was just, I don't know, it was really good. And I was having fun doing it. It wasn't like, I was really over it at the time. It was just like, I was riding really good at the end of Supercross. And then in the beginning of outdoors, I was riding really good. And I felt like I could push dudes through the whole motos, and outdoors in the beginning. And then obviously everything kind of fell apart, but dude, when I was on, I was having so much fun.
Yeah.
It was unreal.
If you could throw out the first 2 rounds, right? I think until the health issues, like I said, I've just been really impressed with your progression. And I kind of want to ask about that. Like at your level, when you're one of the best riders in the country, one of the best riders in the world, it's such minimal gains you're going to make year to year, week to week. How do you work on those gains? Like, what do you focus on? Are there certain techniques or certain things that you go, okay, I need to work on this over the next couple months, this one thing? How do you improve when you're already at such a high level?
Yeah, I mean, when you get to the level that we're at, it's almost like such like minimal gains will help you. It's not like you can really like majorly alter your riding style or this or that, like when you're in season. So focusing on like just a little bit of roll speed here, getting off the brakes sooner, standing up longer into the corners, and then not like the biggest thing for me is not not stuffing it in the corners.
Mm-hmm.
Like just keeping perfect roll speed throughout the whole corner. And then just being smooth, man, finding lines you can jump the bumps, just letting your momentum carry you around the track and just keeping that up lap after lap after lap. And another thing is consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency is huge when you get up here. And it's like, I can't stress it enough, like how much consistency plays a factor in most of these races. So yeah, it's just small, tiny little things that you have to work on that you can during the week without like really messing you up and getting you off your game. So,
sure.
Yeah, it's just really tiny, small things.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of gains and progression, you've been at Baker's Factory for a couple of years now. How much do you feel like that's helped your program and in your skills on the bike?
Yeah, I mean, not so much skills on the bike, because I feel like once you're kind of in your groove, like you can work on a lot of things during the off season, which we have, and it's helped a little bit. But mostly, I feel like my consistency has grown since I've been here, and Alden is huge on consistency, and then he's huge with me on once I do make a mistake, if I do, forgetting it, like right now. Like as soon as you do it, you forget about it, you move on, you go to the next corner, you get it out of your mind. So we've tried to work on that tons and tons, and it's in the middle of Supercross, and then in the beginning outdoors, it was really good. Like that's one of the things I was really, really good about. And then once I got sick, it kind of started coming back, because obviously I was just mad that I couldn't do it. And that was another thing that he brought back up and was like, dude, you got really good at this, and now it's back. And I feel like I have to continue to push myself on that, because if I let it go, it's one of those things that'll just come back. Mm-hmm. And I just have to remember that. But no, it's been amazing down here, man. Like, I mean, given all the horror stories that came before pretty much me and Malcolm got there, yeah, I mean, we have so much fun there, and it's a really, really good group of guys, and we all get along. We don't fight. We don't bicker.
Yeah.
It's just fun, going to the track and riding with your boys and getting better every day. It's just really, really good.
Yeah. When I think about the personalities that you just mentioned, yeah, that would be a fun group of guys to ride with. Mm-hmm. Maybe not RJ. No, I'm joking.
No, he's good.
No, I know. Clean.
He's like sneaky funny.
It's always fun, when me and him are riding together, and I can see him, especially when he was on the 250, more so when he was on the 250, like when somebody would come up behind him, you would see a totally different RJ.
Yeah.
He would really give it the berries, especially if it's like if it's Malcolm at the end of a moto and he's tracking down RJ, you would see a different RJ come out.
Okay.
It was just funny to see him like make that switch and just start sending it. But no, that 450's really calmed him down.
Yeah, for sure.
Really improved his riding style.
Well, I'm going to ask you about MXDN in a few minutes. We got a few more things to get to, and we'll ask you how you think RJ is going to do once we get there. But you had something, Scotty?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, AP. Obviously the beginning of the outdoor season was started off really strong, and like you're on a very short list of people who have passed Jet Lawrence. That was amazing. I loved watching those battles at the beginning of the year. Obviously, we talked about the injury. I mean, not the injury, the health stuff happens. I do remember when it first was going down, and you made the post about like, hey guys, this is what's going on. And I know everybody with a phone and on a chat board thinks that they're a doctor and can figure your whole thing out. Like, and you kind of got, a little irritated and fired up about it. And I'm with you on your side. You guys don't know what's going on. Now that the dust has kind of settled from that and you're back into recovery mode, the fact that you were riding the way that you were, are you getting back to where you're firing back up to get ready for A1 and you're feeling that confidence play into your program?
Yeah, I think so. The last like 5 or 6 weeks now, whatever. I've been, taking all kinds of vitamins and just trying to get back to, feeling like a normal person. And I was thinking it was funny. I was thinking the other day, like, it's been so long since I've had actual like normal person life.
Yeah.
That, I don't know how to live this life. It's almost like I get so bored during the day and I don't really know what to do with myself. And when I think back, like on the last 2 years, like if I would have finished this year out, that would have been, I think, three consecutive years with only 5 weeks off the bike. So like I thought about that and I was like, wow, that's a lot of riding. Mm-hmm. Throughout the year, that's a lot of riding. But no, I'm feeling really, really good right now. And yeah, I'm starting to like slowly get back into it. And yeah, I'm ready to get back on the bike, man. I've sat around on the couch for long enough. I watched enough races and I'm ready to get back out there and just start slowly getting back into the grind. And I do think the confidence will stick around. I was riding too good whenever this stuff happened to really let that die. And yeah, I'm super excited, and it's been a couple of years since I've had this kind of break, and I think it'll just rejuvenate me. And it's almost like when you're hurt and you can't ride, so the want to ride comes back like really, really strong. And I think that's why most people, when they come back on the bike, they're faster than when they got off the bike or when they got injured or whatever. So I hope that's the case. But yeah, I'm ready to get back after it.
At the end of the day, dude, you passed Jet. That's all that matters, man.
That's not all.
Dude, I've said that like 6 times. Whenever somebody has something to say, one of my buddies or something, I'm like, hey, count how many people have passed Jet Lawrence about 30 minutes into a moto.
Yeah. No, it's very, very short list, man.
Aaron Plessinger tonight, brought to you by Racetech, racetech.com. Again, find your local service center or sign up for the Technical Ed Suspension Seminars going on. I think in November. They're coming up soon. If you want to learn more about working on your suspension, starting a business, Racetech can help you out. Okay, so the health issues, one more question on that. We can move past it, and you can say no comment if you want. Did you ever actually find out what, like a specific, this is what it is? Did they ever, or is it just, hey, you need rest?
Yeah, it never was really a diagnosis.
Okay.
I got, I actually saw one of the doctors the other day, and he was, pulling up blood tests and whatever and this and that, and he was like, wow, dude, they've tested pretty much everything you can test for your blood. And I was like, yeah, dude, I thought I was going to go anemic when they were testing because it was so much. And yeah, it was never really a solid diagnosis. Everybody that I saw or told me, it was just like, dude, you just need rest. They said my adrenal glands were just shot. And, I got tested for Epstein-Barr. Mm-hmm. I got tested for whatever else sickness went around. And all of that came back negative. The only thing I can really think of is I got tested right after Redbud. And they said that I had a pretty nasty sinus infection.
Oh yeah.
And I can only think, with that being the case, I got that sickness, I just tried to push through it like we all do. And I think with me being on bikes so much and doing so much in the last couple of years, I think my body was just like, hey, dude, just chill.
Yeah.
Like just chill for a minute, because yeah, you're going to run yourself dry. So yeah, I don't know. I think I just needed, this time to myself and just to, relax and recoup. And I think I'll be back to the old AP.
Okay.
Hey Aaron, I saw the stock car collab with Gavin Bichelle.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, how did that come about? And you got any plans on doing some car racing in the future?
Yes, kind of. So that came about. Kyle Foz, the old Ethica guy, he is now Gavin's agent, and he knows I like cars and stuff. And there was a race in Toledo, Ohio, and he figured that I would like to be a part of it somehow. So he got a hold of me, told me, hey, this kid, he rips in a car, and he needs a car sponsor for this Ohio race. And before he even sent me another text on it, I was like, all right, what's the price? Let me know.
Yeah.
We're going to do it. And he sent me it. I had my buddy Brandon Goddard, BG Creations.
Yep.
Do up a like a car graphic.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he went with a little bit of the Dale Earnhardt look and mixed in with a little bit of the Travis Pastrana. Whenever I guess he raced NASCAR at some point. So, so he went, mashed those together. I loved it. We sent it to Boschel. He loved it. And it just, went pretty good. And Gavin, actually, he got into a couple crashes early on, still got 10th.
Oh yeah.
And then he texted me. He was like, oh man, didn't go as we planned. And I texted him back. I was like, dude, we were out there. 1, we were the best looking car. 2, and I know you gave it your best. So it's all good. We still look the best out there. So that's all I'm worried about.
Yeah. You could have just told him, hey, did you see my Anaheim 1 ride, bro? Come on. We're good. I get it. Like, I'm a racer. I know how it goes.
Yes, sir.
No, just all right. AP Motocross of Nations, Team USA this weekend, man. We're excited for it. I know you're excited for it. You've got to do it a couple times, man. So like, kind of, just we've talked to you when you've done it in the past, but like, what does this event mean to you, and what do you think about this weekend coming up with the team that we have?
Dude, I mean, this event is such an opportunity to do and to get to race for your country and to get to represent your country. And, as much as I do wish I was out there doing it in the US again, I do believe we got a solid team.
Mm-hmm.
We got two people that have won it before. And then RJ, he's got the experience from 23, and I think they're going to kill it. I think they are going to kill it. I think RJ's going to ride good. I think they're all going to ride good, but I think the chemistry is going to click. I think we're going to go out there. We're going to surprise some people.
Mm-hmm.
And with J Coop on the 250 again, it's going to be spicy, dude. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch.
And how cool is that he was willing to do that? I mean, having guys like him and like last year, Cooper Webb last minute, and you in the past, right? Stepping up. I think that's really impressive, because Justin could have been like, no, man. I mean, it's like he didn't find out till yesterday for sure. That's kind of BS. But hey, he did what was right. He was a man about it.
Yeah, no. I think these 3 guys, they recognize how important this race is and what an opportunity it is to get to do it. And who knows, like, it could be the way I look at it. Every year that you are picked, it could be your last year that you are picked.
Yeah.
So you could, if you said no, that could be your last chance to ever have the opportunity to do it. And then, yeah, so it's just a really, really cool race. And it's one race to get to go to and prove that the United States is the best motocross racers ever. And to have a chance to do that, I think that's pretty special.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, AP, like you just mentioned, the fact that it's a team race changes the entire mindset of going into the race. And it's a big deal. You're getting excited for it. It's a different field that you're racing. Everything about it's different. You're hyped up. All your expectations are there. You get on the track, and it seems like we see it every year where it just changes everything because you're riding for a different pressure. Like, how much did it hit you the first time, and then how did you handle that the more you went?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels different. Because last year going out for the last race on the hot lap and having the smoke bombs and whatever, and it being so overcast, dude, it felt like we were going to war. It felt like it was, I was rolling out on the hot lap and I was like, this is serious. Like this, we got to get this done. So, and then to the team aspect of it it's so cool because you get to work with guys that you raced against all year. And whether you like them or not, you're both going for the same goal, is to freaking win it for the US. You don't have to win it for yourself. You don't have to, I don't know. It's just a good, fun race. And like I said, you get to represent the US and let the other guys know that we are the best. And I hope we get to do that this year.
It's going to be good, man. Okay, I got a couple more for you, and I'll let you go.
Yep.
There's no announcement. No announcement came out today, so I don't know what's going to happen. So I can't really ask you about your team for next year. I'd like to ask you about your team for next year. I know somebody already asked you on a podium or on a press conference, so I'm not going to put you in that position. But were the last few months under the tent, was there any like? This may be putting you in a bad spot too. Was it uncomfortable at all? Because it did kind of feel. It felt like Chase was ready to go, right? And I mean, did it ever feel like, man, this is just not the best environment, or was it all cool?
For me, you can't really make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And like me and Chase have been buddies for a really long time. I know, him and the team weren't getting along very well, which,
happens.
It happens a lot,
yeah.
In our sport, unfortunately. But yeah, you could tell, they were ready to get out of there. And I mean, it is what it is. Like, I don't know. It's not a good situation when you and the team you're riding for aren't getting along.
Mm-hmm.
And whether whoever's fault it is, it's whatever. It's just not a good environment. So, I mean, for him to want to get out of there, I get it, kind of, which is hard for me to get because I've never really not gotten along with the team.
Yeah.
Even though I've only been on 2, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people could tell that he wanted to get out of there. So, it is what it is. The year's over now, and we get to move on and look forward.
It's funny you said that you never really not gone along with the team. Have you ever really not gone along with anybody?
I have not gotten along with my bike a couple times.
There you go. Nope.
But the bike doesn't really have a personality, so that's an easy one to do.
The question I did want to ask you on this topic is, barring any details, obviously it's not your place to speak, but just being a little bit on the inside, your deal's set, you're good. I'm glad to see you still in the KTM. Just in general, has this off season been one of the silly seasons that you've kind of seen from your side of things? Yeah. I mean,
it's funny because a lot of people ask me all the time, like, hey, where do you think this guy's going? Or where do you think that guy's going? And they were, asking me about Prado all year. And they don't believe me when I say I have no idea, because I really do. I really don't have any idea. And it was funny you brought up, Johnny asked me that question at Colorado. That was probably the last thing, the first thing and the last thing that I heard about. To me, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't, whatever doesn't affect me and where I'm going or what I'm doing, I really don't care to know.
Sure.
So I'm not I don't really ask questions. I don't really, go out of my way to try to see what these guys are doing. So it's hard for me to say. And a lot of people are switching around, and it's been one heck of a silly season for sure.
Yeah.
But to my knowledge, I have no idea where anybody's going, really.
You're signed. That's all that matters, right?
I'm good for next year, and that's all I need to know.
It's been a crazy season in general. We had Deegan getting arrested, Prado trying not to qualify, GYAO set out of moto. It's been all kinds of stuff happened this year.
It's been interesting.
It's been a wild year for sure.
All right, two more quick ones. One's a comment. One's I'm gonna get your picks for Motocross Nation Podium. But first of all, I'm sure you've seen the schedule. My favorite round is back, Nashville. Has not been good to you. So what do we have to do to get you through a Nashville?
Hopefully
that should be your race,
dude. That should be. It should be my ideal through and through.
Yeah.
But it's always played out to where I haven't been able to do it.
I know.
So, hopefully this year, I told Ian a couple days ago when he called me, I said, hopefully we start Supercross like we were riding in the middle of it this year.
Yep.
And hopefully it just, goes like that all the way until the end of the season. And, hopefully we come away with the number 1 plate. So if I can just, start off good, be consistent, keep myself healthy throughout the year. That's all we need to do. And hopefully I'm holding the right plate by then. So
AP.
So you really flaunt it.
AP first in Nashville. Got it.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, last one. Let's close this thing out. Give me your podium picks for this weekend. What's your top 3?
I think USA.
Okay.
Australia.
Yep. Third's going to be the one that I think there's the most debate, because there's 2 or 3 teams that are kind of right there.
Yeah. It's I think with Jeffrey riding pretty good.
He's not racing.
Oh, he's not.
No, he's not racing.
See, hey, that's how much I know.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's how much I think. Shoot, with him out, I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah. First and second, US, Australia. And then I have.
So listen,
no clue.
I'll give you. Do you follow? You don't really follow it GPs too much, do you? A little bit.
I haven't this year.
Okay.
I haven't this year. I know February won.
Yep.
But that's really all I know.
Okay. All right. Because I think Netherlands are going to be good. Belgium should be good. France has some, the typical teams. But that's cool. We'll take your top 2 then. I think that's going to be the top 2 for almost anybody. It's just who's on. I honestly.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I don't want to give it away. We're going to do our picks at the end of the show, so I'm not going to give mine away yet. But AP, thank you for your time tonight, man. I really appreciate it. And honestly, I cannot wait for A1 to see you back healthy. But yeah, enjoy some time with the family like you've been doing. And it's important to have that anyway. And yeah, you need that refresh, and you're going to be good to go in a few months.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, thank you for having me on, boys.
Of course.
And yeah, hope we get to talk soon. And maybe when I start riding again, we'll get back on this thing, and I'll let you know how it goes.
Absolutely. Let's do that.
Right on. Well, I appreciate it, boys. You guys have a good night.
You too, AP. Thanks, buddy.
Yep. Bye.
That's Aaron Plessinger tonight, brought to you by Race Tech. Always a great guest.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Favorite guest that we have. Him and Mookie.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, those are good ones. So we got 10 minutes before Grant. Let's try to do the X brand emails. We only got a couple that I want to get to tonight. So with EKS brand goggles, vision is your advantage. Engineered for clarity, comfort, and durability, X brand goggles keep your focus sharp through roost, rain, and ruts. Trusted by champions, built for every rider. Crystal clear optics, all day comfort, zero distractions. Ride EKS. EKSbrand.com. Okay, let me see here. Let me open these emails real quick. See what we want to get to. I had a couple questions from AP for some listeners, but they were about Eli. And I can't put him in that position. Even if he does know, I just can't really put him in that position.
It's kind of, I don't know why I thought I'd get a different answer. It was kind of on par for AP to he's like, I signed, dude. Who really cares? It's like, it doesn't affect me. Who knows?
Right. All right. Chris Wood sent an email last week. We've been talking about, he's the one that suggested us doing something like a forum on our website. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't really want to do what Vital does. And then last week I was like, okay, we do need to come up with some kind of message board. I think we call it something other than a forum. I do think a message board, and he sent this email, responding to my response. Vital doesn't own the rights to having a forum. That is true, Chris. There's a ton of them out there. You could subdivide the forums for your weekly emails, top fives, etc. It'd be so much easier to respond to your topics. It would also create engagement to your website, which would allow folks to see what else you and your crew are up to. So, Chris, I do think we are going to do something. I actually going to have you call. What, I'm blanking on his name.
Call the website guy.
What
David.
Zenith.
Yes.
Because if you guys are looking for a website,
yes,
it's Zenith something.
Yeah, because nobody really likes. I don't use my email. It'd be so much easier if you could. Yeah, no, dude, nobody uses their email,
especially since it's hard to keep up.
It is, honestly.
The fact that it's hard to keep up with a bunch of content, that would probably help too. It keeps it constantly something.
I like the idea. We are going to. I'm scrolling through my email trying to find the name of the company that does our website, just to give them a shout out because it's a great website and Zenith Web Services.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to do something. Chris, with that, we will do something. I like that idea where I can post what the top 5 is going to be every week, and then you guys can give us some suggestions for top 5s, et cetera, et cetera.
Call TJ an idiot.
Yeah. There could be the TJ's an idiot topic, but Chris, we're going to get on that. You like it?
Yeah. A whole section just to trash TJ. Yeah. That's got to be done.
All right. Phil Smeltzer sent in, and he has been talking about Joe Shimoda all year, and he's like, Shimoda did it. Wow, the best SMX championship race. And he just says, thanks for, answering emails. He sent one other one. I think Deegan just skyrocketed the sport. It might get big now. Okay, so.
I don't think so.
I'm stoked for Joe. 100% stoked for Joe. He deserves it. That was amazing. The way he held his composure. Mm-hmm. Very, very proud of the kid and happy for him. So go ahead.
I do like that take, though. Like,
which one?
The Deegan's going to skyrocket the sport. Like, you got to think, we are, everybody's like, oh, like a lot of people are going to lose respect for Deegan because of that. It was dirty rise and blah, 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 blah. We're so invested in the sport, the people that are in our chat, the people that do the media, the people that are watching the sport religiously every weekend. We are so into it that, yes, it does seem that way. But for new people that have never watched the sport, watching Jet get a hole shot and then just went like nothing happened, like that. I mean, I just know that didn't happen in Vegas, but like that happens a lot. Like to a new fan, they're like, okay, well, that was cool. But then say someone had never watched a Supercross race before and they watched that second moto of Deegan doing that, they'd be like, holy crap, this is crazy. He just tried to take him out like 4 times. This is awesome. I'm going to watch this sport every weekend just to get a little bit of that again. So in a way, he's right. That is what the sport needed.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll retract my statement.
Yeah.
I don't like the way he's doing.
I don't like
the way that it's happening, but
it's people are going to see that and it's exciting. gets the people going.
No publicity is bad publicity.
It's provocative.
Try not to talk over it because I keep getting complaints about that. So
and we're irritating Dark. So
no, I was going to respond, but I don't want to talk over.
For sure.
Go ahead.
Okay. If some random person was watching and saw that, never watched a race before and saw that and had that feeling, and I can see that. Wow, this is cool. But then they watch the next week. It's not like that every week.
Yeah.
So will we actually keep that fan if that's what they're looking for?
Doesn't matter because once you get that bug, once you get that itch, once you see it, you're hooked.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
I
feel like if you see that and you never watched it, I feel like you would kind of try to learn more about the sport, and you'd probably find some way to like it or get into it.
Very small.
Not all of them are going to do that. You're right.
Come back. So yes, maybe minimally.
See, I still think you're thinking of it inside the.
No, I'm trying to be realistic.
No, I don't know, man. I think that's what it's. I think that's what it needs.
I mean, sure, I could go, hell yeah! Now it's going to be the best sport in the world because of that one.
Okay,
dude, that's 90%.
It doesn't have to be realistic.
It doesn't have to be this or that. It can be
random fan saw that 35-second portion of the race, and they come back next weekend, and Jet or whoever, or even Hayden, whole shot, lead to the end,
But they still know that kind of stuff can happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
You also
I'm not saying Hayden can't help grow the sport. Obviously, he can. The quote unquote bed bugs, the fans he brought just from his YouTube channel, that has grown the sport a minimal amount. But at the same time, is that the type of shit we want in our sport?
Growth is good.
Yeah.
Honestly, okay. I don't think that one incident is going to grow the sport, but Hayden in general will. For better or worse.
I do think that he has that potential. Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm not sure that moment, that type of thing is going to actually grow the sport long term.
Dude, people like that stuff.
Okay. I don't know that I think that's how it would work.
I get it, but like 90%, not 90% of the country is kind of an idiot. From being realistic.
Look at like the response. I mean, it hasn't been super public, but the other riders, how they feel about it. This isn't going to continue.
It's not
going to continue when he gets to the 450s. I don't think.
Yeah, it's just going to be more fireworks, though.
It's going to be interesting. I really wish he'd come on the show so we could talk to him about those things.
How much do you think he'd really say?
Well, I would, if he had responded to coming on the show, I was going to tell him, look, here, this is kind of how I feel about it, and these are the things I want to talk to you about. So be aware. That it's going to be like, hey, I'm not super on board with some of this.
Yeah.
And I think he would answer that it's growing the sport.
And maybe it is. Maybe it is.
You've
not hurting.
No, I guess not.
You've been to races. You've seen the line around him to get autographs.
Yeah,
it's definitely working.
Yeah.
All right. Vince Pale sent one in. Since today is October 1st, when do we get the riders' official team change info? Yeah, Vince. It is October 1, but I don't really think over the last couple of years they've actually all dropped on October 1. It
seemed to push back every year a little further.
I bet we'll start seeing some, maybe not, maybe after MXDN. Maybe we get one tomorrow, or but I think like the Eli official press release,
that'll probably be after.
I bet that'll be next week at least. Though after motor, certainly not going to get the Eli one before motocross.
Yeah, I think most of them will be.
Yeah,
I just don't get it. We already know.
Yeah,
it's like, what are we doing?
It's ridiculous.
You don't know, bro.
Bro.
Which you do have people doing WSX too.
If you're acting like but then I could say that what you didn't know when you got here before the show tonight about Motocross Nations.
Well, give me more than a day, and then I think I would have figured it out.
So, but we don't know. What if tomorrow news drops and it's Chase Sexton goes to Kawasaki also?
I mean, I guess that'd
be crazy,
happen,
dude.
But then we'd all be like, "Well, that was crazy. That's not what we thought was going to happen."
I didn't see that coming.
It's not what we knew was going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right, but you're wrong at the same time.
I don't know. I think. I don't know. I mean, we know it's happening, but what if we're wrong?
Yeah, I mean, it could always change. That's probably why they don't do it. But I mean, I'm pretty sure things are signed already.
I know the answer is I don't know. I don't really know when, Vince. I don't know. I haven't heard an exact day. It's coming soon, but I bet next week is more than likely. And And I know I just said a second ago, Chase Sexton goes to Kawasaki. I meant Eli Tomac. I was joking.
Yeah, no,
I said that wrong.
That's
but
why I was being sarcastic.
Yeah,
I was like, no way,
I
really?
meant- 'cause if Eli, like, oh, Eli's going back to Kawasaki.
I thought you were being sarcastic too.
I
was just going to let it keep going.
I'm just being an idiot. I wasn't being. I am an idiot.
All right, TJ.
sometimes. We don't have time for the bring your heat. Let's get Grant on. Bear with me. Little discombobulated.
G Money.
G Money, is that his nickname?
No, that's that kid from what was that movie? Hardball?
Oh yeah.
No, that was G Baby.
G-Baby.
Sorry,
Yeah.
never mind.
Oh man. Why are you trying to
know
make
that
me
one.
Dude, yeah,
Yeah, I don't
the
know.
show makes me
Dude.
cry, dude.
All right, our next guest of the night is on the line. He's going to be brought to you tonight by Guts Racing. Grip, control, confidence. Elevate your ride with Guts Racing seat covers. Trusted by top pros and everyday riders alike. Designed for maximum traction and durability, Guts seat covers keep you locked in when the track gets rough and the stakes get high. Built to last, made to win. Ride with Guts. GutsRacing.com. Let them know the MotoXpod sent you tonight. Guts Racing brings us from the Gizmo Mods, Rock River Yamaha team, our buddy, Grant Harlan. Grant, what is up, dude?
Our side, what's up?
We're just sitting here talking about MXDN, and how do you feel about MXDN? How was your experience?
Not great at all, but
Yeah.
I feel like the crew we have going
Yeah.
is maybe not the number 1 A team, but it's a bunch of dudes that are super pumped to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that kind of brings them to the top.
Would you go back if you got asked to go to Puerto Rico or would you do that again with as bad as that experience was?
I think probably not to France. If the opportunity got presented for the United States or like in the U.S., I would.
Yeah.
And then maybe like a country that I'd be more interested in going to.
Okay.
Perhaps
Somewhere with good healthcare.
and English.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That would turn the tide for sure.
Okay. 2025. Looking back over the whole thing as a whole, I don't feel like you're happy with your season completely. But man, as a privateer life's hard, dude. So give me some positives and give me some things that you would have liked to done differently for this season.
I think the positives that I got to take away are I feel like I was riding good at multiple points. Maybe not like consistently, where I wanted to be every single weekend.
Yeah.
But there was definitely weekends where I was like, this is good. I'm in a good spot. And then probably the bad is probably the weekends that weren't good were, far enough off that I was like, what am I doing out here? Like, I have a good weekend, main event, feel good. And then this weekend, I'm barely in the LCQ at this point. So I think just trying to be more consistent and set myself up with a better program is probably something that I could have improved on, to start the year. But not going to look back and be bummed on it.
Okay.
I feel like there was a lot of moments where like, it was so close to not going that way that probably would have, if we were looking back on it now, would have been like, oh wow, you had a great year. But instead those moments didn't go my way. And here we are, not a great year.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what do you feel like contributed to the inconsistencies? Do you feel like it was just the overall program, training, preparation, or was there other little things?
Probably just the overall program. Just felt not inconsistent to me, but there's too many swings, I guess, in the enjoyment of what I was doing and what was going on. Not like to have any specifics or anything, just the overall excitement of it wasn't there. It was kind of just like bad weekend was really bad.
How do you fix that for 26?
I guess coming to the seasons with everything prepared and not be showing up to Vegas SMX with 25-hour outdoor suspension with VG force seals.
Yeah.
Because I didn't plan or prepare myself enough to be in that situation. Just the small things like that with just even myself. Just gotta be I guess a little bit more thinking ahead for stuff like that.
Yeah, and honestly, like look, the Gizmo Mods Rock River Yamaha team is a great satellite. It's a good satellite team, but it does not. You do not have the same. I'm blanking on the word. Like the same opportunities for parts and trying different things, and if like you just said, having suspension issues, you don't have the same resources. That was the word I was looking for on a team like that. They're very helpful, but it's not like everything's just there ready to go when you need something.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great the last 3 years. I mean, honestly, without it, I probably wouldn't have gone racing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to change some brakes on my van.
Bro, come on now.
So I got to be. Oh yeah, dude!
Life never stops.
It took like 6 hours to do one side the other day. Pain in the ass.
To do brakes?
Yeah, there's certain tools I didn't have.
Okay.
Is it a transit?
Anyway, it is a transit.
Yeah, you got to like pull the axle and all. Yeah, it's
all right.
A lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Well, just so you know, I can hear your ratchet in the background, but that's all right.
Perfect. But yeah, anyway, like the whole team in general, like I said, I wouldn't go racing without them, but also, a lot of my funding comes from just race results. So obviously, like I said, the swings of like a bad weekend for me were really bad because it's like in my eyes, I'm basically paying the race this weekend, kind of like Swan this weekend. I'm sure you saw the results and heard about it in our little group chat, but yeah, so just stuff like that. Just like I said, trying to be more prepared for next year, so I don't have those weekends where okay, well I just spent $1,500 to go racing, and how am I going to pay for the next race or stuff like that? I think that puts myself in a bad mental position for the next race.
Right.
So to improve on that for next year is definitely something I'm looking to do.
All right.
So Grant, you're a multitasker.
Yeah, well, I mean, it just cooled down enough here in Cali. I got the shade on me. I'm trying to, take advantage of that, like, good timing before the sun goes down.
You're good, man. Our Chad's not going to be mad at the sound of a ratchet.
Yeah.
We're good.
I mean, I'm sure they all understand.
Yeah, everybody gets it. When it just kind of speaks to what you're, like what we just talked about in your career and the fact that you guys don't have it set up. Like none of the other guys, the guys that are beating you, are fixing their own brakes on their van. So like, just a little bit of the mindset of a privateer and how that can kind of be relentless throughout the season and how you deal with that mindset.
For me, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm kind of just like figure it out as I go, kind of no plan. I don't have those expectations of it needs to go this way or I'm going to freak out. Like if it doesn't go that way, obviously I'll put myself in a bad mood for a little bit, but it's also not the end of the world. And I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. So I have faith that, if something doesn't work out, then a better opportunity is going to present itself.
That's awesome.
Grant, so you mentioned the Pro Challenge at Swan MX out here in Tyler, Texas. You were in Texas, living for years, training in Texas. You mentioned back in Cali, but you did come out here for that race. Man, how you gonna let Cade Johnson beat you?
Dude, I
love
right,
Cade.
so,
I love Cade. Cade's one of our boys, but come on, Grant.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like he was absolutely ripping.
Yeah.
But as far as me and my performance, I guess to take it from this perspective of, so I obviously had the injury at Redbud.
Yep.
I was off the bike until like a week and a half, 2 weeks before Charlotte, and probably on the bicycle like for a month before that. So I had 4 days before Charlotte riding. I go to Charlotte, the gnarliest track I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I didn't hit all the jumps Friday. I'm like, dude, because I had outdoor suspension on my practice bike at home. I had Supercross forks on my race bike and an outdoor shock, and had to scramble around Friday to fix that.
Yeah.
Again, unprepared on my end. And I was like, dude, this is gnarly. And I got 16 laps in there because I didn't even race the LCQ because I had a bike issue. So it's like 4 days of riding at Tall Outdoors. Come to Charlotte, the gnarliest track I've ever ridden. I get 16 laps there. You know, come home. I was riding Yamaha Supercross with the Bar X guys on outdoor suspension during the week. So I got 2 days between Charlotte and St. Louis. Had a little bit better St. Louis, improved, you know, obviously getting more bike time. Got to race the LCQ there, and then go to Vegas with 1 day on the bike in between St. Louis and Vegas. Go to Vegas, make the main, and then I raced most of the first one before I had another bike issue, which I think was fuel boiling, but I don't know why it was doing that, to be honest. And then kind of rode the second main, knowing my fuel was boiling and some other issues. Just, you know, kind of one of those things where I was like, if I can finish this race and hope 10 guys have bike issues or something like that, like, you know, maybe something cool will happen, but obviously it didn't.
Right.
So, you know, limited amount of on the bike, off the bike, and just general ride time, race time. And then I go to Swan the next weekend on my buddy's 250 with Ryder Floyd suspension on it. Haven't raced the 250 outdoors in 5 years.
Yeah.
With this limited ride time, you know, I was honestly thinking I was going to be a little bit better, and then got smoked that first 250 moto. And I was like, well, we'll see if we can get better. 450 moto, basically last gate pick, get tangled up in the first corner. Yeah, first turn. Broke front brake. Kind of beat myself up a little bit. Like, I'm still pretty sore from that. And then Sunday, again, was just getting smoked. Like, I felt like I was riding good and guys were blowing by me like I was watching. Which was, you know, again, with the perspective I have, it's like kind of expected, but knowing where I should be, it sucks. And then ended up, you know, coming together with another rider out there and going down. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm going to pack it up while I'm still down.
Yeah. It sounds like a smart decision, but with all the timeline you just gave us, it does kind of all make sense, man.
Just the lack of training and racing and on a borrowed bike and all that kind of thing. Like, before the race, I was like, I should be able to get like top 5, top 3. And then at the race, I was like, wow, definitely not happening.
I'm just busting your balls, man. So it's all good though. I had to make fun of you a little bit. Like, I saw that result and sent it to the privateer group chat. I was like, what the hell?
Dude, I was there with you.
Yeah. Go ahead, Chase.
So talking about Pro Challenge, I've been going out there since 2004, I think, and that had to have been one of the lower turnouts. Curious to what you think they could do to kind of get the turnouts up, and then the season ended, you know, a month earlier years ago, so you'd pull some more privateers and some of the bigger pros. Now I mean, it's a week after SMX ends, so you're never going to pull any of those guys. I don't know, just talk about some things they could do to kind of fix that.
I mean, I think the pro turnout wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Maybe in years past, you know, you got like a Trey Kennard or somebody, you know, spectacular to show up, which even then it wasn't often.
Right.
But, you know, you still get the local guys like John, me, Ryder. I think Henry would have raced it if he didn't have that crash in Vegas.
Yeah.
And then, you know, honestly, the kids who stole the show this year were the up and coming amateurs. I mean, I know John and Ryder had some pretty good, you know, motos, but I still feel like we got our asses kicked by them youngins.
It happens. But yeah, I wish we could get the Pro Challenge back to its heyday, but I do think the pro schedule plus other big events like the Pro Challenge throughout the country, big purse races. It's, you know, back in the day, Swan was like the only one almost. So it's just, there are a lot more options now. But
yeah, I mean, I feel like the track has gotten like, you know, it's a little bit deeper and more lines.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that has hurt the general turnout.
Yep, it has.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, honestly.
I mean, you weren't there racing dark. If the track was smooth, would you have showed up?
No, I actually had to work this weekend, but I have actually liked the fact that they've been prepping it deeper and more ruddy. But I am in the minority of the vet riders, and the vet riders were the bread and butter for Swan for many years.
Vets and your CD guys, and like, dude. So, I mean, I have fun out there, but most of those guys, like 90% of your clientele, can't even ride it because it's so deep.
Yeah, so that's not helping them any.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's probably the number one cause.
Yeah,
is maybe the traction gnarly.
Yeah,
but other than that, I don't know. Like, I don't know what else they've changed. I think they've added, not to my liking necessarily, but they've added, prizes to like the amateur side of, the 50s, 65s, 85s, 250B vet. Like, I'm surprised more guys don't show up for that, but
yeah, me too.
I don't know, man.
There's also, the local turnout has not been very good over the last couple of years at Swan, and I think a lot of it's track prep, and there's some other stuff going on that I've heard people say, but we won't get too deep into that. And then there's other races going on, I think, at the same time in Texas. So it's just scheduling. There's a lot of factors. Hopefully they'll figure it out. I don't want that track to go away. Two more things, Grant, before we let you go. I have a listener question. Lynn Andreasen wants to know what your favorite track in Texas is.
Favorite track in Texas?
Yep.
Honestly, probably Underground. Just, from a pro's perspective, like, it's got really good dirt. It gets gnarly, especially for the races they have out there.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a lot of District 41 and Texas Winter Series races out there, and it's always been gnarly and good. So I'd say that's probably one of the better tracks when they, full prep the national track and, have like a race out there.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good one. I raced there a few months ago for the regional.
I blew myself apart there in October.
Yeah. All right, let's close this thing out. MXDN predictions for the weekend. Give me your podium.
Podium?
Yep.
I think you can't bet against Australia.
Okay.
So I'd probably put them at 1.
Yep.
I think USA is going to be a pretty good contender with, like I said, the guys that they have sent may not be the fastest of all of our options, but I think they're probably the 3 that want to do it the most.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of, for their country kind of vibe will get them to a second or third and maybe even a first if, things go their way.
Yeah. For sure.
And then third, I mean, other than those 2 teams, like, I don't know, I'm not like familiar enough with, all the other teams. Obviously I know the guys that are going to be good, but their teammates, I'm not too sure about.
Okay.
I feel like Belgium, maybe that's the Coonins.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yep.
And they have somebody else that's good with them too, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't think they
Liam
did last year.
Liam Everts. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be solid.
Yeah, didn't Everts get hurt last year? Wasn't able to race.
Yeah,
something.
yep.
Yeah. So I feel like this year they'll be good.
Okay, I'm gonna put that down as your third then.
But after watching the video of Shimoda, I hope Japan
yeah, he was ripping.
pulled off a miracle.
Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, Grant, I'm gonna let you get back to doing your van. Thanks for jumping on here, and it's always great to talk to you. And yeah, enjoy your off season a little bit, and you're probably not gonna get a lot of downtime, but hopefully you'll get a little.
I mean, I got my downtime this summer, so we're getting started early.
True. All right, Grant. Thanks, buddy.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. That's Grant Harlan, brought to you tonight by Guts Racing. Multitasking, working on his van. I mean, that was probably better than was it
Welton or
who was
Hartraft that was golfing?
Oh yeah,
It was Welton.
Welton, yeah.
We were talking to somebody that was playing a video game. It might have been
Bum Air.
I don't think it was. I think it was Dax. Maybe it was Daxon Bennett. I don't know. Whoever it was.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Good
I mean,
stuff.
it's like tell me you're an ADHD motocross rider without telling me you're an ADHD motocross rider.
Would he have done that if he was on Pulp MX? Probably not.
I think so.
You think?
Yeah.
Steve would have been like, bro.
Dude, Daxton rags on Steve constantly.
Yeah.
It'd have been just as funny.
All right, let's go back to the grill your ass off, bring the heat.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I'm impressed because I would have not actually made any sentences because I would have been thinking about what I'm doing.
Or putting a little pressure on your ratchet and like, sorry. Yeah. Or I'd bust my knuckles open.
Dude.
Well, apparently that's my problem is I don't put enough pressure on my drink.
That's where your drain bolt fell out.
You'd heard me throwing wrenches in the background.
All right. Scotty, do you love to cook?
Yes, I do.
Grill?
Yes, I do.
Well, Grill Your Ass Off is a veteran-owned seasoning company that manufactures some of the best flavors this great country has ever known. Every Grill Your Ass Off item is made in Texas with pride, and each product sold proudly supports a true nonprofit organization or event. Whether you're grilling up some chicken breast, baking pork chops, or boiling shrimp, I made steaks today after work. Grill Your Ass Off has seasoning for the occasion. Visit grillyourassoff.com and use promo code DarksideMX3, all caps, to save 20% on whether it be Platoon Sergeant, which is your salt, pepper, and garlic, crispy mango habanero, Willie Pete's chicken seasoning, gunpowder for your steaks, or anything else they have to offer. Grillyourassoff.com will have you ready to cook.
Time out. Two
Pretty much
things.
Anything. Go ahead.
I feel like I guess I can't say this because I haven't tried the gunpowder, but I feel like the Ma Deuce is great on a steak.
It is. I use both. One on each side.
Second problem. You cooked steaks after work and you gave us pizza.
Yeah, I had one steak thawed out.
And we guys just get pizza.
Yeah. Sorry, man. I ate the steak.
I guess
ate the whole steak. I didn't eat the pizza. It was for you guys. I ate the steak. So yeah.
Good to know.
Is that your bring the heat?
No.
Okay, I'm going to go first. And I have a couple, but I'll go with some sporting issues lately. Stick and ball sports. So if you're not a stick and ball sport fan, you won't like my bring the heat. But although I hate the Dallas Cowboys, the game ending in a tie is bullshit.
Yep.
No professional sport should end in a tie. Now, I like the fact that it wasn't a win for the Cowboys, but I hate the fact that it ended in a tie.
Would you like
That
the
is
perspective from a
dumb.
Cowboys fan?
Yes.
Yes, it was a little bit, as great as that game was to watch, it was a little bit,
Anticlimactic.
very anticlimactic. But at the same time, we were 8.5-point underdogs in that game, and we were supposed to get smoked. And 75% of America, the entire analyst team, picked the Packers to win that game. So the fact that we played them tough and didn't lose that game, that's a win for me.
Yeah.
That's a win for us at this point in the season. Our defense has a lot of holes in it. There are a lot of injuries that are going to get filled back up.
We're not
Offense is
doing
playing
Sports
good, but yes, it was very anticlimactic.
My bring the heat though is a professional sport should never end in a tie.
I agree.
I could have Googled this, but I chose to call Kellen Brower instead. And it's like, what's the longest baseball game in history? Because
it's
right 20 plus innings, 8 hours, something like. I think 8 hours over, like 8 hours.
There was one game in like the 70s that went for like 12 hours.
Yeah, I Googled some stuff today and like the 23 innings, stuff like that. They play till there's a winner, and that's how a professional sport should be.
I agree.
So I woke up that Tuesday morning. I didn't stay and watch the game. I was like, cross my fingers, hoping the Cowboys lost because my Niners lost.
Well, as a Niners fan, don't you hate the Packers too?
No, I only hate the Cowboys. It's the only team I hate.
Oh.
Why would I hate the Packers? That's not in the
because
same
that's because it's a playoff rival a lot.
I don't care. They're fine.
I will say this. I had to be up for work the next morning at 6 a.m. I would have stayed up watching that game until 1 o'clock if it kept being overtime. So
exactly.
Like I would have stayed up. The next day would have sucked. But if that has anything to do with why they do that, I would have stayed up.
Just the way
I would have stayed up watching that game because I'm a fan of the Cowboys.
And I'm going to add on to that to my group, bring the heat with some sports issues. WNBA. I know a lot of you guys probably don't care, but Amber's a big fan of the Indiana Fever, so I've got into it with her, and some of those games are really good. And there's a lot of drama going on within that sport right now.
It's ridiculous.
That league. And honestly, I think the girls need to strike because the organization does not give a shit about them.
I mean, they're saying they want to be paid what the same percent. They wanted this. Well, hold on.
Okay.
They say they want to be paid the same percentage the men do.
Okay.
They don't turn a profit.
Okay.
So they want a percentage of nothing. Issue. You can't. They're being subsidized by the.
That's what I thought.
You're being subsidized. You're being subsidized by the NBA. Like, I don't know.
My issue is a lot of the girls are getting severely injured because like Caitlin Clark is so popular that there's almost like a hit out on her.
Yeah, it's
every
ridiculous.
game. And half their, like, I think the Fever had more than 10 players, if I'm not mistaken, out for the season because of how violently they're literally getting poked in the eye. And the refs, like, it's very clearly there's a lot of referee. It's not going the same for each team. And the girls are complaining. Other teams are complaining because it's starting to filter into other teams. And the I can't remember the girl's name, but she's like the president of the Players Union kind of came out after a game the other night, was like, management needs to change. It's just really it's bullshit. Like, watch it. I first started watching the WNBA with Amber, going, this is kind of dumb. But they're actually really good games. But it's really clear that it's not. It's almost like WWE. Like
I've seen highlights and it's crazy.
The WNBA powers that be seem to want that. We're allowing it to happen. So I think these girls need to be like,
it's the only thing that
sports, NFL, NBA, all WNBA, all of them are listed as entertainment. They're technically not.
They're letting it happen.
It's not completely
but they're
fair.
not letting them play.
It's not completely fair thing. It's entertainment.
And these girls are getting really hurt. All right, we got to stop talking over each other. They're really getting hurt bad. And it's just, I think I don't like it because as I'm watching it, I'm like, this is bullshit. This is not cool. These girls didn't sign up for this. So I really feel like the playoffs start Friday, and I kind of was asking Kellen this, like, what would happen? Is a team ever showed up for like the finals or the World Series, and there's a problem between the league and the players and they're just like, you know what? We're not playing. Like, that would hurt the league.
I think baseball striked at some
They've
point.
They've struck, but never the night of the championship game. Be like, yep, guess what? We're not playing until something changes.
So I think they're letting it go on because that league doesn't turn a profit, and anything they can do to
it's starting to.
It may be,
Caitlin,
but
primarily.
So that's another problem I have with it. You're going to take the one woman that's put any kind of eyes on your sport to bring more money, and you're doing everything you can to put her out of the game.
Yeah, I wish Amber would come in here because she'd go off on it, but there's no way she would.
It's ridiculous
right now, but she knows a lot more about it than I do. But it's just watching it; it's embarrassing.
The powers that
not
be.
a professional sport, the way they're handling it.
No,
and it kind of pisses me off. Anyway, that's my bring the heat. We don't need to keep going on about it, but that's kind of I just don't like the ties, and I don't like how the WNBA is handling their league. I don't even like. It makes me not want to watch it. Anyway, who's got one?
I've got one. This isn't really like it's necessarily like a bring the heat. Like I'm mad about it.
Yeah,
it's just something that kind of after the SMX that kind of it was a way a thing was portrayed that I just didn't really understand, and it just doesn't make sense to me. I've heard a lot of post interviews and analysis talking about how the Hunter and Jet was a little bit like disdain, a little bit upset that Hunter didn't win, and he felt bad for Hunter. And it's like, well, I just don't get that. Like, if he really wanted Hunter to win, then just don't pass Tomac. He would have won. I don't quite get that. This whole thing, Hunter was Jet was dejected and because Hunter didn't win the title. Dude, you beat him. I just don't get that. There was definitely a lot of people that were there at the race saying that was the vibe from Jet and Hunter after the race. And it's dude, you didn't have to pass Tomac. You don't always have to be the champion. I mean, I guess you do, but at the same time, if you're really going to be that upset about it, then don't win the race. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I just don't get that.
It wasn't that he was upset that Hunter didn't win. He was upset that Hunter was so upset. He wanted to win. Jet, obviously he's going to do his job, but at the same time, you could be like, dude, I still feel really shitty for my brother. That's what it was. It wasn't like, oh, I'm really sad my brother didn't win. It was like, I'm sad that my brother is heartbroken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I don't know. It just, I just don't quite understand. I guess you're right.
You're cold.
No, that's not it. It's just if he really Jet's won a lot. He could, he could, if it was that big of a deal, then don't pass Eli.
That's not the deal, though. It's not like, oh, I'm just not going to win so my brother can win. But he still feels bad for his brother. So like you can't relate.
Yeah, I guess I get it. I hadn't really thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Like that. I guess that makes more sense. But that's not really how I heard it, and a lot of like the analysts and stuff from it. And it just that makes more sense. But the way I heard and understood it, it was just weird. I just didn't quite get it. Yeah, I guess I just took it different. I don't know. I just didn't get it at the time. But what you're saying kind of makes more sense.
It was.
But it's still like, I don't know. It's still a weird thing.
Both things can be true.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
I guess mine, people that can't take constructive criticism. Like,
why are you looking at me?
It's probably actually, well, I don't know. I think I'm pretty good at it. But go ahead.
I don't know. It's just like try to give somebody like a genuine suggestion to help them out. And it's like you spit in their mother's potato salad.
Do you have an example? Did something bring this up?
Tell someone that
nothing.
their
I was
potato
just thinking
salad?
about it. I was thinking about, stuff for this segment. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I've come across, like, I don't have a specific example, but I've come across it a lot lately. And I don't know. It just makes you like not even want to help anybody. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I know that you looked at me like
I was joking.
Yeah, I know that as I do sometimes, like maybe I may try to defend my reason for doing something, but at the end of the day, I do take what you guys or what anybody else says and then use it to better myself later. Like, yes, I may get a little defensive,
After
but
you're done crying, you see the light.
Yeah, I guess so.
Most people are like that, though.
Yeah.
They're gonna try to reason with you and give you their reason why they do it.
Is
and then
the guy that works for you? Is he on there in the chat?
I don't know if he ever showed up.
Oh, I was
He knew better.
I was wondering if he feels like you take constructive criticism as a boss.
Maybe so. I mean, I feel like I listen to everybody, what everybody does there.
Speaking of that, MotoXpod show. Now I can't remember what our YouTube channel
MotoXpod
is.
show at gmail.com, I believe.
Go find our MotoXpod. It's MotoXpod 333, I think is the channel name.
It is.
Go like and subscribe if you're not. If you don't watch live, go back, watch the videos. If you can watch live on Wednesday nights, get in the chat with the people that are in there. Also, MotoXpod.com. I'd really like to get some more submissions for hidden gems. If you don't know what hidden gems is, there's a tab on our website. If you have a place that you ride locally that's like your place, I want to know about it. I want to put it on our website. You can send us pictures. There's drop boxes where you can tell us what type of soil it is, what type of starting gate, or just what type of facility it is. Send us some photos, and we'll highlight it on our website. It's very easy. I think it's in the top left corner of MotoXpod.com. Just click on Hidden Gems. And, I'd love to highlight no matter where you are in the world. So, Moose, if you're listening to this over there in Australia tomorrow or whatever, I know you got tracks out there that you love to go to or riding spots. I want to hear about them. So hit us up, Hidden Gems. Okay, that was the Grill Your Eyes Off Bring the Heat.
I do have like a little mini one if we have time.
Oh yeah, sure.
So it's funny. It's kind of it's a little bit of the opposite of your Bring the Heat on fast food and being like the attention to detail and being pulled forward and all that stuff. So, okay, you do go inside to a restaurant. You're not in the drive-thru. You're inside.
Okay.
You order your food. You get your drink and go sit down and wait for it to be ready.
So we're talking about like a McDonald's or
Dairy Queen, like what I work at. Yeah.
Okay. Ask me again. What we
you order your food. You go get your drink and you go sit down. Right.
I usually kind of wait up there.
I do too.
Do you wait like away or do you? Okay, because like, dude, there's some people like they order their food and then they just like literally just hover over the counter and just stare at you. So
yeah,
it's like, dude. I've got like 20 people in here. There's a lot of food. Like you're gonna get your food. Like I do know that you ordered food. I see it. Like it's coming. Like I don't know. Just sitting there hovering and just mouth breathing over the counter and just staring at me is not getting your food any faster.
Now if it's been 5 minutes plus, I'll probably move a little closer to the counter and be like, did you forget about me?
Yeah, if it's not busy.
Even if you see like there's 30 people in that restaurant. Okay, then okay.
I'll fluctuate.
A lot of people don't realize that though. They're like, oh, I want it now. Like, dude, like, no, like,
Sure.
40 people just came and ordered burgers. You're gonna have to wait until I can make 40 burgers.
I'm impatient, but I feel like it's
circumstantial.
Yeah, you feel like
now
if you're impatient, you feel like you have a right to be. Like
most of the time. Sometimes I'm definitely overreactive.
Now, let's say I as a manager, let's say I'm in the back, I'm doing something, I'm paperwork or cleaning something or fixing something, whatever. There's constantly something that we have to be doing. I come around the corner. I see my kitchen person or my front counter person dicking off. We're not busy. They're dicking off in the back. They're on their phone. They're not where they're supposed to be, not doing something. I see your food up there, and I look around the corner and I see you standing there waiting impatiently. Then I would be on your side 100%.
Yeah.
I might even give you like ice cream or something for free. I would get on to the people for not paying attention. I do understand that, like, if it's not busy and we're taking unnecessary time to get you your food because we're not doing our jobs correctly, then I'm totally with you. But if we're busy, just give us a second. Just everybody just chill. Don't mouth breathe on my counter.
Okay, before we move, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the T-Boat USA Top 5, as we're doing this, and last couple shows, I've kind of thought about, like, we do all the moto stuff up front, and then our segments a lot of times are not moto specific. So I would like to get some feedback from our listeners, from our YouTube channel. Like, do you guys tune out when it's not moto related, or do you like the non-moto stuff? Because to me, honestly, I have more fun with this non-moto stuff. The T-Boat USA Top 5s and the pick ones and all that. I kind of have more fun with that stuff. So I'm curious if our listeners are like, oh, I'm listening to MotoPod, I don't really want to hear that.
Yeah,
like,
I think
I'm
it's
just
good.
Curious.
I like that, not all the time, but the majority of the time we relate it back to something in
A lot of
moto.
times, but our top 5s are a lot of times like it's food or movies, and I'm wondering if people are annoyed by that. Or I'd like to get just a ratio of like who likes it, who doesn't.
What's funny is that Lewis and Kellen set off to kind of do that, but they're so like moto doctrine that their show just turned into like more moto stuff.
Yeah.
Like the LVK show, like that was supposed to what it was be. It was supposed to be like moto and non-moto, but they ended up they can't pull themselves away from moto. It's funny.
I was actually talking to Lewis, I think Wednesday, or today's Wednesday, so maybe
It's not that
yesterday.
they can't. It's
maybe
just-
yesterday, because the format used to be 7 minutes. Each one of them got, I think, 3 topics. And then now it's more like Kellen does his first, and they're pretty structured.
Yeah.
And then Lewis kind of gets into whatever, and it goes wherever. And I like that.
I
Like I told myself, I really
do too.
like the newer structure of LVK.
I listen to it every week.
In the early days, I didn't love it, especially when they were real strict on the 7 minutes and the timer was going off. But now I really like it, and they are doing the NFL logos on the next show.
Good.
So they're going to do that. So I'll definitely be tuning back in for that. We're doing a lot of promotion for other people's
Yeah.
tonight.
I
We
feel
got to
like
get
we're
their
blowing
crowds in so
Yeah.
that they can come to us.
Okay. We still got Turd's take tonight. So, but let's try to knock this T-Boat USA Top 5 out. If you are a pit bike enthusiast and love shredding around on a CRF 110, KLX 110, or whatever you have, you need TBoatUSA.com bookmarked on your web browser. T-Boat USA is a pit bike supply site that is everything you need for your pit bike. You can find handlebar kits featuring BBR and Pro Taper bars, D&M shocks, and even full bikes from YCF, Pitster Pro, and Piranha. T-Boat USA has it all. They even have stuff for the Chinese bikes that are so difficult to find. So hit up T-Boat USA. Vince Pale will take care of you. Speaking of Vince, I meant to text him this. So at work today at the water plant, there's some construction going on in one of the buildings, and the contractor came up to use. Why are you laughing? Go ahead.
How many waters did you plant?
4. So
That's a good one.
I wasn't going to do it. You made me. It's stupid.
I think it's so funny.
It's
I don't-
stupid. I know that it's stupid.
Okay.
I never
The
thought of that. That's a
contractor
good
walks
one.
up to our office to use the bathroom. He's like, hey, the plumber was telling me that you ride motocross and do stuff. And I was like, yeah, I've been riding my whole life. And somehow we kind of started getting into, like, I told him I got a podcast. And then he's like, oh, yeah, I used to do pit bike racing a lot and real heavy in that. So one of our sponsors is a pit bike, has a pit bike supply site. It's T-Boat USA. And he goes, oh, Vince. I was like, how small of a world.
Yeah,
man.
that's
pretty cool.
crazy.
I was like, yeah, you're right.
What was his name? You know, you catch his
He
name?
told me his name, and I don't remember.
Yeah,
I
what a
suck.
dickhead.
Dick.
Well, sorry, Vince. But that was cool. Okay, T-Boat USA this week, top 5. TJ suggests this. Top 5 positives, negatives about SMX as a whole, as a series. So it could be 2 positives and 3 negatives, or whatever ratio. I didn't want to go 5 and 5. I have TJ's right here. All right, TJ, number 5, thumbs up. The point system, it seems to actually work for an exciting final round. 4, he said, positive and negative, thumbs down, thumbs up. No round having whoops. I get the idea of a hybrid track, but one round should have at least an easy set. Have you shown the
The schedule?
yeah, because did you notice Arlington has no whoops?
I did. Yeah, I went and looked after you said something.
Yeah, no whoops in the track map for Arlington.
Oh, you have all the track maps on?
No. He
No,
was just asking.
But
if you
I
saw it.
don't have any of the maps up there. I just have the schedule.
I put the schedule
That made me
up.
think of that.
Yeah.
But I was told there will be whoops. Okay, so he's saying at least one round should have whoops, and I agree.
I agree with
I
that
didn't
too.
think about that.
Yeah.
That wasn't one of mine. I like that, TJ. I'll give
It
you
could
props
be
on that
like
one.
you said. It could be an easy set.
Yeah. Negative number of unseated riders. It should be top 18 seated, then a free for all for the LCQ. Just cap signups at 30 riders. Negative, bringing in riders from other series. They need to find a way to make MXGP, Canadian, Australian, and Arena Cross points go towards seated.
I'd be cool with that.
It's funny. How do you think he spelled seated?
I don't even want to know.
Did you put a in
Like
it?
I'm seated in this chair right now. Not seated.
Yeah.
Seated.
Yeah. I thought he did
love
like
you,
I thought
TJ.
he did like seated like the sea, the ocean.
No,
then
that'd be
beat
good
it.
too. No,
beat
it's seated. Like I'm
SEADID.
seated in this chair.
it. Yeah.
I'm seated on my Guts Racing seat cover.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You're
SEADID.
Yes. All right.
You seeded water plants.
Number one, the payout. Well, you already said that, didn't you? Oh, no, the points. The payout seems to be work to bring the riders back. So that's his list. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
So I did 3 positives and 2 negatives. Negatives, I feel like it doesn't really feel like a championship because it's so short. It's only
All right.
3 rounds. I mean, it is, but it just doesn't feel like its own.
Okay.
And then I think the track, like kind of what TJ was saying, the track layouts need to be tweaked a little bit. I feel like they could do more to make it different than Supercross and make it kind of its own thing. Positives, there's way more money that came in with it, and we're getting more exposure. That's the next positive, because they had to do the playoffs to get on NBC and all that. And then we're getting to go to some different venues. We got to go back to the Coliseum, which I think is super cool.
I agree.
So that's my last one.
You want to go, Scotty?
Yeah. I think the number one positive is the purse, like the fact that there is this ultimate prize. I would like the second is the negative is that there's a lot of money, but there's not really much depth or like breadth to the fact that there is a championship, like to the actual championship. There's not a lot of substance to it. Like it doesn't mean much. Like the championship itself doesn't really mean much fact other than the fact that there's a lot of money.
Kind of like Joe Shimoda won the championship, but
He's he's a champion.
Yeah.
I don't really like the fact that they're champions. I wish there
But
there
is that
should
on
be
us?
no, but they're
Not thinking,
Yes.
not valuing it enough.
I think if you do overvaluate the fact that the race person is the ultimate champion, devalues the fact that the national champion did what they did for 11 rounds and the Supercross championship did what they did for 17 rounds.
Can I counter that? Or do you?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
I do agree to an extent, but you can also, if you want to step back and look at it differently, but Joe Shimoda over 31 rounds.
But that didn't really not really though.
It just
But it
seeds
is
you.
really.
It does help you a little, but
Let's say
Because the points reset.
No, you get some points because of your seated higher with a little bit more points.
It's a high chair.
Because of how you went in.
It should be more points or something. There should be like it
give you
seems
that.
irrelevant at the end of it.
Maybe they should tweak it so that it is more important that you made all 31 rounds. But
Like you get bonus points for making for a certain amount of races. I don't know. Something.
Yeah, I mean, yes. What if the guy that made the most races got an extra 5 points, right? Like RJ.
Yeah.
or auto first
I guess the
gate
way
pick
to
or
word it
something.
would be like the negative would be the value of the championship doesn't equal the value of the money to me.
Okay. All right.
The third would be, I thought that the first year they nailed how they did the tracks. They did one hybrid, one kind of national, and one kind of supercrossy. I'd like them to stick to more of that format, kind of like TJ said, maybe even throw a set of whoops in. I'd like to see more variety in the tracks. They seem to kind of all be kind of the same thing all 3 rounds this year. So I'd like to see a little more variety in that. Make it a true Supercross versus motocross kind of feel across the playoffs. I wish they would implement more things like Super Pole or something like that. A way to
You're big on Super Bowl.
a way to do some bonus points, even if you do it on like the race day live or whatever. Do a way to make some bonus points available. And then the last thing is making it to where the person who is the points leader gets something. Like Justin Cooper didn't really he was the only one that made all 31 rounds. He led the championship. He was the most resilient. Call it a hard charger resiliency award or whatever. Give them some kind of accreditation for the fact that they were technically the regular season champion.
Yeah. Again, I made a mistake. I said earlier RJ 31, but it was Justin Cooper is who I was thinking of. You're
I
wrong.
know those all kind of came off as negative. I think overall SMX point is great.
Yeah,
but those are some of the things that I would tweak.
Before we move on, I think it was DB was talking about it. His son Evan had this idea to where the first round would be Supercross, main event. One, you get your points off that one. Second round, moto format, to where you get points off both motos. Then the third round is a triple crown format.
Oh, I like that.
So you get your triple points. They all matter. It makes.
I think Steve mentioned that. Daniel said that on the review
They mentioned
show
it on somewhere. I don't remember. It might have been on.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Most of mine are kind of the same as yours, so let me look real quick. I'm just going to do a couple that were different from yours. I'm not going to do all mine because they're the same. The 2-day event, I kind of like that. It's cool for the fans, and I do think that's important.
I agree.
Maybe the riders don't love it, but I don't like the drag strips, but I don't have an answer to fix that. But I don't like the drag strips as venues. But again, I don't really have an answer because I don't think an outdoor national facility is going to work for an SMX type of track. And you're not really the stadiums don't really work for what I think SMX should be.
It's hard to get in the stadiums at this time of the year too.
So I don't know what the answer is.
I think speedways.
Yeah, I mean, Charlotte wasn't bad, and I think
Talladega or
I think Daytona's going to get one. I think there's a lot of hype around Daytona getting one.
Yeah,
there's been a lot of talk. So.
But we kind of already get that though.
I'd be okay with not going to Daytona and then doing it as an SMX.
Well, I think they do it different. But
no, they're going to do both. They're not getting rid of Daytona on Bike Week.
Definitely not going to during Bike Week, but I think it'd have a lot different feel.
Yeah.
Hopefully be more access to more parts of the track because NASCAR is over. They talked about that too.
Okay.
I just don't see how you can really make the Daytona track
NASCAR's
any
not over,
different.
but they're not going back to Daytona at that point. What's that?
I just don't see how they can really make the Daytona track.
Well, maybe you race up on the bank and
I guess, but it's kind of already a hybrid track.
It is, but it would be easier to.
Yeah, I just said I don't have the answer, but I don't love the drag strip venues. And the season's just too long. It stretches too long. As a fan, I wish they raced every weekend, but I also, as somebody who's
one person made it through.
It's really long. Everybody's wore out. No other professional sport do these guys get a week off, basically, literally a week or two off. They just deserve more time off. Period.
This is just kind of a random idea, but do you think that they could use the money? I mean, I know a lot of people say put the money back into the series rather than putting into the SMX thing. Put that money back into the payouts across the year. But also, I think another idea that might work is have maybe it's in between Supercross and Motocross, extend those breaks out a little bit longer and have kind of what other sports do, like an all-star kind of weekend where it's a one weekend where it's this hybrid kind of event and have a big purse for that. It's in between the seasons. I don't know, maybe just something like that, kind of like an all-star kind of weekend kind of thing.
I mean, sure,
Monster Cup almost.
These guys don't.
But doing it in the middle of the season.
These guys want more weekends off. They want time off. They're already going into they put it in the middle of the season. They get a week before, they get a week after it, and then they get off at the end.
It just pushes it later
into 2 or
the
3 weeks off the bike. Give me a month. Give me 2 months off.
They would get that at the end.
It's just gonna. But they don't. They never take that time off because the teams make them train.
Yeah,
and they keep riding.
Well, that's a whole other problem.
That problem's never going to get fixed because we're not like NASCAR or MotoGP where they can't train.
Yeah,
it's too expensive. All the variables or whatever.
Right.
It's so much cheaper and easier, and you can have a track at your house. We're never going to get away from that.
Yeah, and I also do think it's kind of funny though. They talk about all these races and there's too many races, and then when they do finally get a break, then they go to OzX and World Supercross and other stuff.
You're not going to pass up on six figures.
To
show up for a weekend.
Argument,
Exactly.
But these guys are okay, but when I go to OzX, I'm not really
Chilling.
It's a chill race. I'm not really. It's not the
Yeah,
same.
I guess that's fair.
It's not the
Six
same
figures to
intensity.
show up and
You're
hang
going over
out.
there with your family, and it's really a vacation, and there happens to be a race.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, let's last two segments, and I'm trying to see if he ever texts me back. He didn't. So, okay. Let's try to get Turd on for ETS Racing Fuels, Turd's take. Let's see if he answers. But ETS Racing Fuels was forged from the heat of competition nearly 30 years ago, developing purpose-engineered fuel for high-profile teams in highly competitive series. We have been the power behind many podium wins ever since. Teams using ETS Racing Fuels have won more than 50 national world champion titles, and we continue to forge new alliances and partnerships across motorsports. ETSRacingFuels.com to find your local distributor. ETS Racing Fuels, supporting teams like Factory KTM, Factory HRC Honda, who just crushed it with championships this year, Rockstar Husqvarna, Rockstar Gas, Factory Triumph, and many more. Tonight, we're doing the ETS Racing Fuels Turd's Take. What is up, Hudson Turd Short?
What's up, Dark Side? How are you?
I am good. How are you? That's the question.
I'm doing great.
Well, we got you back on here. It's been a few weeks for another ETS Racing Fuels Turd's Take. What have you got for us this week?
Well, I got a few hot takes and a few that are takes, you know.
Okay, let's do the hot takes.
Yeah. Y'all have covered some of these. Like, y'all covered the points leader coming into the SMX should have a big points lead. I think that should be really important to me because, like, Justin Cooper, that didn't really amount to anything after Charlotte. Like, he had that first turn crash and basically his championship was over.
Yeah.
But I feel like they should be awarded more for how hard they worked almost. You know, like Jet didn't race most of the Supercross season. That I don't think he should still be almost on an even playing field. Like, they don't give J Coop that many points to stay ahead of everyone. I think it should be a bigger advantage to race more races.
Yeah, and that's what Scotty was trying to say a little bit in the format. But they do. You said, Scotty, that they kind of reset, and they do to a degree, but they do that so it is closer, right? Because Hudson, if Justin Cooper went in, let's just say theoretically he went in with 100-point lead, like it's almost over before it begins, and they don't want that.
And then another thing is like, yes, it did kind of suck this year for Justin Cooper, but imagine a year where it is a guy like Jet or Chase or somebody like that does stay healthy for both seasons, wins both championships, and then the Jet has a 50-point lead. Like, then there's really no point of even having the playoffs. So like, this year it did work out that way, but I think it's very hard to find a different solution for that.
Like, okay, so if we keep the points the same to make so that there's not a huge gap going in, because you really don't want like a Jet to have a 100-point lead, because then it's definitely over. So maybe the person that goes in with gets even a bonus, like a financial bonus.
Yeah, that's what it should be. A financial bonus at the end of the year, and then make the playoffs however you want to do to make the playoffs good.
Yeah, because Justin Cooper was the points leader, SMX points leader, but he wasn't a champion, so he didn't get a championship bonus. He really didn't get anything for being the points leader.
Exactly. You should at least get like a rounds, like a win bonus, like 7,500K.
What if like
a truck? Yeah, like
what if Chevrolet or Toyota or whoever?
That probably
you get a truck.
You could probably get Toyota Escondido to donate one.
Not
pretty
that Justin
easy.
Cooper cares, because he's got a
PJ. Something.
Yeah. Okay.
And after 3 years, I feel like, of SMX, I think we've all seen how the point system works, and it's kind of turning out to be like we all know how it works, like, consistently. I think every few years, or I don't know, this is just really hypothetical, but I feel like they should change it up. You know, like, I feel like the playoffs shouldn't always be the same.
Okay, like, but
like the single, double, triple points. Like, you could do something different. You could do like a different way of earning the points for the people. You know, like, it could be 1, 2, 2, or like double points the whole SMX, or like something different. You know, like 1, 2, 3. It's basically come down to be consistent, be in the top 3 first and second race, and then if you win the last one, you win the championship. That's what you have to do. You know, so it all comes down to the last race only.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the idea of them changing it every year, because it's kind of gimmicky and it's confusing a little bit. It's already
Yeah, that's
it's already a little confusing with
I
the
think
points.
I like this idea.
You do?
Just changing it up, keeping it fresh.
Every season, every year, it's like
something different.
Like they could have like on the press conference Friday before round 1 of SMX, they pull a card or a
Pull it out of a hat.
golf ball out, and it's like, okay, this is what we're doing this year.
Yeah,
That's literally what I was about to say.
That's super gimmicky, but yeah, it could be like,
I mean, look at Loretta's.
it could be as it is right now. It could be, what do you call it when you
Have you watched the broadcast lately? They're pretty gimmicky, bro. Like, let's just steer
all right.
to the skin.
All right, what's another hot take, Hudson?
I got a real hot take right here. All right.
Okay,
Hunter Lawrence would not have won the championship even if he was 100% healthy.
okay, tell us why.
And all right, and then I feel like this championship is a tipping point for Jet SMX wise. I feel like he's won 3 in a row, which is an amazing feat, even though some people don't call it a true championship because it's only 3 rounds. But how many years can you possibly go until a fluke happens, like let's say Supercross this year or even Deegan, because Deegan and Jet were both clear favorites, I feel like, coming into this SMX championship. And I feel like it obviously didn't play out for Deegan with the kitchen incident, but I feel like it's bound to happen in some way to Jet. I'm not saying he won't win a championship again. I'm just saying that the chances of him to keep winning these back to back is getting really low. I feel like everyone always underestimates Jet, and he always like overperforms. I feel like, but something has to break eventually.
Yeah, I actually think he's gotten better every year for the last couple. Like he keeps getting better, and I think next year might be another step up, and he could be a guy that. He is going to be a guy that puts more pressure on his brother next year. So yeah, I agree with you. It's definitely not like Jet's going to win every championship till he retires. You're right.
Yeah, no. But I think Hunter will be the first to dethrone Jet off raw speed in the 450 class.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be Deegan. I think it's going to be Hunter.
I tend to agree with that. I think it's going to take.
It's a good take.
I think it's going to take Deegan a while to. He's not going to do what Jet did and just come in and be like the best guy. No. And even if talent-wise he was, I don't think the other riders are going to – there's going to be some pushing around, I think, because of how things have gone. Because of things he said. I don't think they're going to make it as easy as – well, that's not that they made it easy on Jet, but I think they're going to rough him up a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't –
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
I just think, like, Deegan, his attitude and his presence, I feel like is a lot different than Jet. Jet, when he moved to the 450 class, I feel like all the riders kind of respected him. He was pretty humble still and like pretty easygoing almost, I feel like. But Deegan is like coming in guns a-blazing, like he's already talking about how he was better than Jet on 250s and like stuff like that. That's going to make me, if I was Jet, angry. And I would rough you up, like what you're saying.
He's definitely going to have a target on his back when he gets on the 450.
I agree.
I really agree with that because I just think Deegan is he just has a big target on your back, like you're saying, because his YouTube, just his personality, everything that goes into it is just a presence in general. It's something to get in your head,
it's polarizing,
and make you get a bad start or like something like that.
Yeah.
But my next one is Ponca. It's the next big amateur national. I've seen a lot of waves in the last few years. A lot of super mini kids are going straight to 250Fs, but a few of them are going to 125 still, which I think is interesting. That's what I did. But I have some buddies that ride that have recently moved up after Loretta's. Gage Brown, he was on a super mini. He went to a 125. And Darren Pine and Nolan Ford were both on super minis also. Darren won both championships at Loretta's. They're both going to 250Fs. I think it's going to be interesting to see all the kids moving up in the amateur ranks, not just super mini to 125 or 250F, but there's lots of Cobra Elite 65 kids that have Team Green 85 rides now. But I just wanted to see your guys' take on, do you think it's smarter to go from a super mini to a 125 or a super mini to a 250F?
I think it depends on a lot of where you're at developmentally wise. You know, there's you guys in that at that age group are 12 to 15 when you get to reach that. Some guys are 6 foot tall when they're 13 and 185 pounds. Some guys are 5'2", 105 pounds. It really just depends on where you're at size wise a little bit, maybe also maturity wise a little bit as well.
Ability too.
Ability. Do you need a little more fine tuning? Go to the 125. If you're kind of already breaking bikes in the 85 the super mini class and you're just too much for your bike, then maybe go to the 250F. I think it's a case by case thing.
I've got a new one for you. I know a kid that just went from a super mini to a 252 stroke. And that's no joke either. He's 16 though. Yeah. Like he's tall, but it's still kind of crazy to me.
I personally like the idea of them going to a 125 for at least a season.
I do too.
Yeah, just kind of get used to the bigger
What if
frame.
he's like 180 pounds?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely exceptions to the rule, but like on a whole, I feel like the 125 is good. Me and Andrew
ring that
literally
thing out like Hudson tries to.
Yeah, me and Andrew have literally had this conversation about Hudson.
Yeah.
I like rev bombing.
Oh, I got a hot take. How about we call turds hot takes? Turds steaming piles.
No. I don't like that. We got Turd's takes.
Yeah, Turd's take.
That's good.
Turd's take is good.
I also noticed that Loretta Lynn's this year, there was no Kawasaki 65s or 85s.
Yeah.
And now these elite 65 kids like Cannon Zavinik and Jet Rao, these kids that are destined to be great, but they're really young, so that's like hard to say. But they're moving to a Kawasaki 85, which I think is really unique and different, because if I was the fastest kid in the country and I'm going to move to a bigger size bike, I'm not going to move to one that no one raced at the highest amateur national.
Yeah,
I get that, but also I want to say that last year the Japanese executives came over for Loretta Lynn's and saw how important it is now and how little they had Kawasaki presence. And I think with them doing the Kawi 2-stroke, the big bike, I think they're gonna start pumping more money back into the little bike program.
Yeah.
So I feel like they picked some of those kids up, trying to get some of those kids back onto Kawi when the bikes start coming in.
Yeah, and one more thing, on the local level in Texas, I've been racing a lot locally here while my dad's been gone.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed there's so many Yamahas, so many 250Fs. I'd say in the 250C class and B class mainly. I'd say 80% of the bikes are all Yamaha 250S, which I find, I don't know what it's like everywhere else in the country. Maybe you can fill me in a little, but it's just really interesting to see for me, because it's crazy for me to see, for example, Kawasaki's not being used in the 65 or 85 class, and then KTM's dominating there, and then Yamahas are dominating the 250Fs right now, I feel like.
Well, Hudson, that I think that's the MotoXpod factor. We're supported by Yamaha Motor USA on this show, and I think that's why that is. It's just,
I do feel like when you go to a track, to see something other than a KTM or Yamaha is pretty unique.
It is. I mean, the Yamaha's the fastest.
I mean, obviously
250F
Suzuki is like just a unicorn, but like you see some Hondas.
YamahaMotorsports.com.
Yeah, you see Hondas. You don't really see many Kawis anymore. But yeah, I feel like all I see is KTMs and Yamahas. I mean, they're good bikes, and
they're fast.
It's a lot of money to spend. I'm not going to spend money on a bike that's inferior. So
a lot of it's just star winning. You got those kids looking at it like that's a fast bike.
Fast, dude.
Like,
I don't know. I rode a stock one, Hudson, a few months ago at club, and I was blown away.
Yeah.
Hudson, do you think that's the Deegan factor?
Some of it
factor?
Yeah, I think some of it. I think a lot of kids look up to their YouTube and like they see their idol riding a Yamaha and winning championships on it. They're like, I want to be like him. So
yeah.
I think there's definitely the Deegan effect.
I've seen more than one kid with 38. I've even seen a kid with 38 and the SMX color pattern, the purple and the yellow.
You are not him.
Crazy,
Can't
bro.
do that, man.
I saw that and was like, dude, what are we doing here?
If we have time, I do have one. When we were talking about Jet and everybody and Deegan to them earlier, it made me think of this question: how long until Hayden gets phased if he does go into the 450 ranks, and he's obviously set his goal on beating Jet. It's clearly like they're kind of already riveting at each other, like on social media and all that stuff. Let's say he does go to the 450 and he doesn't even like touch Jet. Like he's not even he doesn't even see Jet. He has a couple races or a season to where he's not even a factor. How long can he sustain that to where he still has that mental edge and where it starts really affecting him as like, oh, maybe I'm not that guy? How long do you think y'all think it would take?
4 races?
I don't think that's really that possible, honestly.
Yeah, I don't either.
I think he's going to see Jet, but I don't know if he's going to beat Jet, because even now, unless he's slower on a 450 than a 250 at nationals, which is highly unlikely, I think, his times are pretty close to the top times of the 450 class. Yeah. Not saying that's going to transfer directly over, like we're comparing seconds here, but I think there's no way you're going to be second slower on a 450. So I think he's definitely going to see Jet at least. I just think he's going to get the way he rides a 250. If he doesn't change going to a 450, I think he's going to get outsmarted almost and almost out techniqued, I'm going to say, because Jet is so methodical the way he rides a dirt bike. It looks like he's riding in slow motion. Where Deegan's, if I watched him, I would think that's in like 2x speed, he's all body language, all throttle. So I think he's gonna get humbled a little bit in the 450 class.
That's my kind of what I'm getting at is like how long till he doesn't consider himself as like the man anymore.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't think it'll ever be. I think even if he's getting 5th place, he's gonna go to the line every time thinking he's gonna win. I just think that's
fair.
I feel like if he comes in and he's running like, I don't think this is gonna happen obviously, but if he comes in running like 10th to 12th and like isn't moving forward for a couple races, it's gonna fall apart quickly because I feel like he's super mental.
10 to 12 is.
I don't think that's gonna happen obviously, but if for whatever reason, if that's what happens, it's not gonna go well.
Happened to Jorge.
All right, Hudson.
Right.
Those were good. That was a good Turd's take, man.
For sure.
You had some good ones this week.
I tried my best, Dark Side. Try to stay part-time employed.
Well, we appreciate you jumping on here. ETS Racing Fuels, etsracingfuels.com. Find your local distributor. Get the same fuel used by factory KTM and guys like Jet, Hunter, and Joe Shimoda. All some of the best in the business. And ETS Racing Fuels will keep your bike running clean and get that extra horsepower. I love it.
Yeah, Hudson, what is your dad doing? I saw something. He's trucks racing or car
overseas.
Yeah,
yeah. He just got back actually yesterday, but he's been in Portugal and Spain. He's trying out basically for a drive. It's with this guy named Seth Quintero, another American. He's really young. He's a really talented race car driver. But so, they're doing basically the same thing he did on a bike. They're doing that, but in a trophy truck.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, it looks super fun, and he's got to go to some cool places, but he's not going to be here for Ponca, so I don't know if I'm on board with it.
Dude, I'll come out and wrench for you.
Yeah.
I promise you don't want that.
You don't want that. You definitely don't want Scotty because he doesn't put drain bolts back in.
No, but as far as a motivated guy, I got you.
Yeah,
I can do
just
that.
don't let me touch your bike.
I need the good vibes.
Yeah.
Hudson, thank you for doing this again, and we'll get you back on in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
Always,
keep
buddy.
me in the loop.
We'll do, and we're gonna get down there and ride sometime in the next couple months. We're gonna come ride with you. Okay, buddy.
See ya.
See ya. That's Hudson, otherwise known as Turd for Turd's Take. Okay.
Yeah, when I missed that episode where I was on vacation, I didn't realize to go to Corpus from here, like you basically drive through where they're at. You go through like LaGrange and stuff, which is pretty dang close.
LaGrange.
Yeah.
That's it. I think that every time I go through there.
Yeah.
It's the first thing. I play that song.
Yeah.
As soon as I see that city limit sign, I play that song every time.
Okay, let's close this thing out with the FXR picks for Motocross of Nations. FXR is designed by racers for racers with industry-leading fit, finish, and performance. Progression is the name of the game with every new piece created. At FXR, we push our brand to the next level to provide you with the best product possible. Used by the Muck-Off FXR Club Mix Yamaha team, Mike Brown, Brock Tickle, Chris Kiefer, and many more, including me. FXR, you should want that. And Malcolm Stewart. Like, we're like teammates, best buddies, me and him. FXR for life. FXR is core motor roots. Visit fxrracing.com or go to your local dealership to see the complete line of 2026 out now. Okay, so we got...
I do have a question for you.
Okay.
At international events like this, does Steve still hold court? Is he still in charge, or does he take a rank down?
I'm trying to remember. They're so busy. I mean, yeah, it's kind of the same. It's going to be our same group.
Yeah.
Like, we'll have our same table. Lewis said he's going to make sure to get a table for me and him and all those guys. So it's kind of similar. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. Okay, so you want me to go first? You guys want to go first?
Go ahead.
All right. I'm going Australia, USA. I'm looking at my list, and I almost want to change it. Netherlands. That's going to be my list.
Okay, well,
Chase?
I will go USA, Australia, Netherlands, simply because you picked what I was going to pick.
Oh, all right.
I'm going to
Hopefully
go.
I'm right, though.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I think they have the advantage.
Why does this German team look kind of sneaky? Roxon Lagerfelder and Speed and Max. I don't know who that is, but
Maximilian
Yeah,
Speed.
Kenny's not ready.
okay.
He's already said he's
I
not.
said okay. I'm going to go with USA.
Okay.
Then Oz. And then I'm going to go.
Belgium.
That was who I was struggling between Belgium and Netherlands.
I think I'm actually going to go. Where's the Belgium team?
They're like 16th.
The Coonans and Liam Everts.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, it's a good
I think.
team.
That's why they're my. I'm kind of. I almost put them third. They're wrote down.
I think I'm going to
I
go.
just really like Kai.
Yeah, I do too.
I think I'm actually going to go France.
Okay. All right.
Ooh.
I mean, you got the MXGP champion, and you got I think it just depends. It really just depends on what Renault does. I think.
Yeah,
Valen's
Renault's not 100%.
old, but he's
Yeah.
still good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are our picks. We got AP and Grant's picks. Going back here, anything with the new schedule that's excites you guys?
I just purely because it's different, not because of that's this city, but I thought Cleveland was cool.
Yeah.
I think in this sport, I like the fact that we go to new places simply just to see new dirt. I thought it was really cool going to Pittsburgh this year and just seeing the different dirt, just seeing not the same thing that we see every weekend.
Kind of wild. There's no Minneapolis this year.
I thought we were getting a Kansas City soon.
No, that was like last year.
That
I
was
think
a
it
rumor
an
last
option, but
year.
It didn't work out.
Yeah, they didn't revisit it?
because the NFL. No, what would have been NFL? I don't remember what it was. Yeah, I don't know. No.
I do want to see him go.
There was a reason, but I don't remember. What
I know
that
it's
reason was.
still too new and too nice, and we're not big enough. But I can't wait until the new one and the new stadium in Vegas devalues a little bit, to where we can afford to go there.
Well,
It's
the
not
guy
that,
that
want dirt. He doesn't want dirt in
well,
there.
that guy's not there anymore.
Oh,
The guy that was
That's
said
what I
that
was-
we would never be in there. He was the guy that was over it. And
I thought it was the owner.
Well, from what I heard, the guy that was managing and was saying that isn't there anymore.
I just think it's still just too nice, new, and shiny. I think after it gets a little bit older, they'll
For sure.
loosen up.
Okay, I'm obviously stoked about Nashville being
Yeah,
back.
me too.
It's cool to have Houston back because that's just another one close for us.
Yeah,
That's
I
cool.
like Houston.
I do think that
Me and JT had a great night down there when the the residency.
I think that the weather. I know it wasn't really that bad this year, but excuse me. I think the weather at Birmingham hasn't given us a real chance to really see what it's really capable. I think of that if they don't have any weather this year, and it's still kind of lackluster, let's not go back there. But I think this is their final chance.
Yeah, I think it was a 3-year.
It was 3 year anyways. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it has potential.
it does.
I thought the dirt was good, but it just for whatever reason hasn't worked out.
I feel like there's
Not a
enough
great- not a
races.
great stadium.
I feel like there's enough
Not a
races
great
down there.
city.
See, it's similar to Snapdragon though in San Diego, and
That's
that's
the same people built it. Yeah.
Well, it's like that was one of my favorite rounds that
yeah.
I've been to.
Just that stadium just kind of.
I like San Diego, dude. The food was awesome. I
Yeah.
like that place.
Okay.
It was a little small, but I feel like I could see the whole track
Yeah.
from any seat in the place.
Yeah, I think those are the things that stand out for me. And we kept saying that we were going to get to the Deegan situation.
I think we talked about it.
Just quickly. I've defended Hayden on here a lot about how he is off the record with me and blah, blah, blah. I didn't like the moves. I listened to the little video he put out that he kind of did himself.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, he put something up like 2 days ago where he talks about like why he did it, how the reasons.
I haven't seen that.
And he's like he was going to play cat and mouse is what he kept saying. It was cat and mouse. It's like the only chance I really had, and he stood by his decision. And I don't know, I didn't like it like that one time, especially in the left hand bowl turn where
he slid out.
If Joe hadn't fucking hit the brakes, I didn't like it. I just think like. Okay, yeah, I kind of agree with Steve and Lewis and all those guys. Take your one shot, and then go race,
and then you go.
Just
you
do
go win.
It is what it is, man.
Yep.
The one shot didn't work. You got to take another one.
I don't know. I didn't love it.
I think.
But let me finish real quick, and I'll let you go. I also during the race, I was literally about to, in the privateer chat with everybody. I was about to go, man. Are they going to throw a black flag? I really felt like they should.
We talked about it.
I really felt like they should have. But at the same time, and I was really against it. I was like, I don't like any of this. But then I'm thinking. 500 grand? Like, what would I do for 500 grand? I would.
T-bone Joe Shimoda.
I would hit Scotty and turn around, come back, and run him over, and then go, and then probably the next lap run him over again.
And then you wouldn't even buy me a burger afterwards.
No, I would actually.
No cheese though.
Once I got the 500 grand deposit, I would buy you a burger. But. Like I mean,
get that too,
but the 500 grand doesn't mean that much to him.
Exactly.
So
that's what I was about to say.
So I can't really use that as a factor. But overall, I didn't like it. And I had Jet and Hunter circled on here, which we discussed that, like the whole emotional thing. So that's really it with me. I just didn't like it.
Like you said, I'm on the same page. You get one shot. If you put him down and you can create some space and go, that's fine. But if you keep doing it and like you're looking back, like. You can't do that with how the betting is now.
Yeah.
It's literally like it's fixed. Yeah. It's price. It's gambling fraud or whatever you want to call it.
I disagree.
It's not. I don't think so either. But by the book, by the rule of the definition, it's price fixing or whatever. It's not price fixing, but
I just think
it just makes the whole sport look bad.
Yeah, I mean, so when you start doing the cat and mouse thing, like he said, that's what I was doing was cat and mouse. When you start doing that, the downfall of that is that the rest of the pack catches up to you or you go down, which he did ultimately go down. But when he first started doing it, nobody else was really catching them. So he wasn't really putting himself at risk of losing positions. I mean, if anything, he needed more of them to catch up so that they could pass Joe. I think that, yes, did he maybe, should he have just tried once? Maybe. Did he maybe cross a line? Kind of, but maybe. But the real thing is the other side of it is that when there is a rider attacking you, it is how you handle it. And I think that it should just be credit to Joe for how well he handled it.
Oh yeah, 100%. For sure.
I think it's more of like Joe knew it was coming. Joe even said he thought it was going to be worse.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was battle tested through it, had a leaking radiator and a numb leg and still found a way to win the overall. I think it's just more of Joe overcoming it rather than Deegan crossing a line.
Yeah, I feel like Joe gained a bunch of fans with that. With him not having any of his deals signed, there's no telling how much more money he made.
Oh yeah, he
that should have upped his value.
Yeah, like all of his deals are up and none of them are signed yet. They may be now. I'm sure they are, but
yeah, I was stoked for Joe. Again, I was not stoked with Hayden. Just wasn't. I feel like I made a pretty funny comment in our privateer group chat. They were talking about numbers, like Joe gets to pick a number now.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be, I think maybe originally SMX didn't count for that, but now it does.
Mm-hmm.
And they were kind of saying, "Oh, what number should you take?" And I said, "Take 0." Japanese, back in World War II, Japanese
kamikaze.
They were called zeros.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, that's
what? Everybody in the privateer chat thought it was hilarious.
That's pretty good.
I also put a GIF of a zero.
Oh, because I would have laughed if I'd seen that. Yeah.
So I was like, take 0.
Imagery always makes a joke.
Yeah, it makes it better. Really all right. Maybe it wasn't as funny one. Okay, I think that's it. Motocross Nations this weekend. We'll do a show next week. We'll be back. You guys got anything else before we go?
I think that's it.
Can you pack me in your travel bag?
No.
Okay.
I want to thank Race Tech.
Yeah, you have an OGO, don't you?
I'm just taking my little one.
Can we take your big one too? We could probably both fit in there. I'll pay for it.
No.
All right.
You're not rooming with me, so
I'll sleep in the van.
All right. I want to thank our presenting sponsors, Race Tech and Yamaha Motor USA for the support of the show. I want to thank Guts Racing, X Brand Goggles, FXR, ETS Racing Fuels, T-Boat USA, and Grill Your Ass Off, all for the support of the show. I want to thank Grant Harlan and Aaron Plessinger, always great guests on the show.
Hudson Short.
Of course, Hudson for the ETS Racing Fuels, Turd's Take. Hudson's always, that might be the best topics he brought.
That was a good one. I like Turd.
Other than that, I think we're back next week, and then we might do every other week, but we'll let you guys know. MotoXpod.com. See you guys soon.